throw out this link and then we'll get started in like a second or so. Actually, I guess we'll just do some quick character introductions so people know, you know. I'll throw that just there and there is fine. All right, so who wants to introduce their character first? Don't be shy. Anyone?
We should do it alphabetically.
Anyone? Someone?
I will.
All right, there you go. I mean, you can read it right out of what you posted in your description on Discord. If that's what you want to do. Well, it's just like a quick description of the character, and I'll pull up your little portrait, and yeah. Go ahead, Grex.
1 second. The- Oh, 1 second. Hold on.
No worries. All right, there's Grax, our
While they're
lizard
doing
folk.
that,
What's up?
how do I add? It just restarted on me.
How do you add?
Did you do that?
I can't restart it for
Lore
you.
skill?
So
Okay.
just down where it says your proficiencies, there's a thing called lore skill. Just hit the add button and type in lore colon whatever the lore is. You have what it was like lore elf.
Yeah, and politics.
All right, so what I'll do is
I'm back, by the way.
all right, yeah, go ahead.
Grax is a young lizard folk, but considered at a mature age. He wears a bare minimum, appearing to have no weapons at all, and is rather buff with gray-greenish skin. He's a little over 6 feet tall. He wears a leather loincloth and a belt around his waist, with some loose pouches and a healer's kit. He also wears a gator necklace with teeth on it. He barely speaks common and has a gruff demeanor, though seems to be wanting to help. He stands there looking over the rest of you and kinda is just watching.
All right. Who wants to go next? Anyone? It's like being in school all over again. I'm just gonna have to start calling on people.
I can
Yeah.
go.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so my character is Cinnamon. She is a sprite druid, at about 135 years old, about a 1 inch tall. Wait, no,
I think it was like 9.
9 inches. I went too small. 9 inches tall, about 1 pound. She has these light blue wings and sticks that sprout out, wing out from the side of her head with reddish brown hair. And she's always wearing an emerald green dress with a dagger on her hip. And let's see, she was born in the Feywild. Um, and then she eventually wandered off to explore Golarion. Um, Probably when she hit about 100 years of age. And she's just been wandering Golarion for a long time, and then she was eventually drawn by the invitation to the Jamandi estate.
All right. Cracksweat, Remornia.
Um, Romornia is a vampire. Her father was a vampire and her mother's elvish. Um, they're loving parents, Lord Malverick and Lady Marina. Um, she was a happy child, but found it really hard to get along with her kids her age. Felt very isolated. She would spend time often by herself with who she would call her friends, but they're actually spirits that she would see. This caused her to be bullied by the other noble children, as if being a dampier and different wasn't enough. This isolated her even more, and during this time, Braun, her hellhound summon, began to kind of form um, and take shape. Um, Her father taught her what she would come to know of magic and helped her through her journey as becoming a summoner, while her mother would teach her about diplomacy and politics and about her mother's house, which was House Sartova. Um, because of how isolated and alone she was, this worried her parents, and she's had a hard time getting out into what they would call society. Sending her to Lady Jamondi's manor is their latest attempt to get her out into society and to meet people, and she really wants to try this time. But she is very shy, very off to herself, and you'll always see her with her wolf, hellhound Bran.
All right. Resi.
Waiting for the thing to load, but okay. So, uh, uh, Resi, last name Dent, is a bit of an oddball, even amongst goblins. Um, she was born and raised in Restov, um, and is only 12 summers old, but that's pretty old by goblin terms. Um, she's about a foot and a half taller than the usual goblins, which are about 3 feet, and also has a bit of full head of hair, so is very commonly mistaken for sometimes a an orc child, which she will very much um, uh, always dispute if called such. Um, she's um, like fairly standard goblin childhood, as well as just a fairly standard resident of Restov. She's been part of the town's guard, helped work the farms to the point where she knows enough about it, like what tools to use and that she, can recite those sorts of things off. And especially proud of like being able to, pull a plow that a horse or an oxen mightn't be needed, because it's very much about showing off her strength. Because she's always felt like she, you know, she's always like had found kind of awe in like bigger things like giants or like really big houses. Like anything really big always has her interest. And she's always wanted to be part of a legend and heard kind of what was the kind of call for adventurers and those that are willing to help, and that led her to the current ongoing party.
All right. Celine, what do you got for us?
Celine is a cavern elf. Came from the nobility of one of the hidden sanctuaries. She was destined to be the head of her household, but when she was younger, she had I suppose, a burst of power that kind of ruined her home, and she ended up being banished. And she's basically wandering to try to regain her lineage with a little bit of adventure and trying to make friends and seeking adventure, I guess.
All right. And then the last person is the little helper character that I usually throw in games, who tends to just make fun of the party mostly. I'm sure you guys all love Tyrion, or not Tyrion, Tristan, who will waste actions just
Hi.
sighing and doing other completely unproductive things. So the one for this one is this lady here, named Ariel. She is an elf that is currently studying the Aldori sword duelist techniques, which aren't really common for elves. It's predominantly a human and half elf thing. So she definitely gets a lot of weird looks, just from other people who are also Aldori duelists, but she's determined to, kind of prove her point that, not all elves want to be fancy casters like Remornia and Selene, but some of them want to go beat people's asses. Um, yeah, also comes from nobility, but not like super high ranking nobility, which is why she was able to even train as an Aldori duelist at all. And yeah, kind of like the others, just using this as a way to broaden her horizons, so to speak. All right. So the party has been waiting outside of the Jamandi estate. Not for too long. It's probably only been like 20 or so minutes, but it did give you guys a bit of chance to get to know each other, introduce yourselves, and kind of decide that you guys want to to get ahead of the curve, kind of, as I think someone put it. Kind of start up a group early, especially since it was like a good blend of frontline and backline. Um, but eventually, kind of just as you can start to, like right before it rains, you can kind of smell the moisture in the air. Um, right before the storm begins to come down, the steward comes out and leads you guys into the hall just as kind of the first, raindrops begin to fall down. And I'll move you guys over to the map in a sec, but so basically, he's going to lead you into this large, spacious hall that has been prepared for this great feast that you've been invited to. Servants are kind of hustling, bustling about, um, you know, um, getting things ready and whatnot, while there are several armed soldiers kind of at posts around the eastern and western walls. To the far north of the room, there is a fire crackling away in a large fireplace, with a large iron lever that's kind of been secured by a lock just beside it. There's two massive crystal chandeliers that are hanging from the ceiling about 20 feet off the ground, and the walls themselves are decorated with kind of painted murals of idyllic woodland scenes, like nymphs frolicking amid waterfalls, satyrs dancing with fauns in wooded glades, and various winged fairy creatures, flitting through the trees. There are 9 long tables that are arranged about the kind of central portion of the room. Um, the ones in the middle are kind of pushed like 2 tables up right next to each other to make longer tables, and the 2 on the outside are separated with like a little bit of a walkway between them. Each table is kind of holding, like a bunch of plates, silverware, mugs, and whatnot. And it does look like the feast is getting ready to begin. Especially as the servants are kind of bringing out pitchers of ale, wine, mead, and water. And the smell of roasted meat and other delicious scents fill the room. Though no food has been served yet when you guys were led inside. Let me move you guys over here. And we are here, I believe. Yep. Let me know when everyone has landed on the page.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, looks good.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I think you
Yep.
just need. All right. So yeah, he will lead you in, and he'll lead you along to this side of the table here, which is kind of the last 6 spots that have yet to be filled. Kind of as you guys were like at the end of the line. So yeah, go ahead and there are a number of people sitting along there. If you find anyone particularly interesting, you can potentially strike up some conversation.
Uh, Grax is very alien to this. He's a little nervous.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
I'll let you guys settle in where you want to sit,
Yeah.
and then I'll just throw the helper at whatever seats left open.
Yeah.
Mm.
Resi sees someone that if they have their sword, or then she sees someone with a big sword, and if not, that she kind of they look strong. So
And Ramornia is just going to climb right over the table, knocking over dishes as she goes, like a proper noble should.
Oh, no, I just dragged.
Nah, I
Sorry.
know you're fine. You're fine. I'm just
Uh, One thing you all will notice is Grax has no weapons.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's actually interestingly enough,
Doesn't he
even
speak
though
in
the
Claw?
token art in here shows otherwise, um, your group basically came to this armed. The group sitting across from you, likewise, most of them came armed and armored. But even though these other tokens show them as stuff, they're just kind of generic tokens. And with the exception of this table up here to the northwest, no one else came to this like armed and armored, with the exception of, like I said, the double table you guys are sitting at on both sides, the people you haven't met yet, and you guys, and then kind of that table up there. Everyone else kind of came more, dressed to impress. Kind of wearing their finest clothes. But yeah, you guys will. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say for Resi, her finest clothes are her armor.
There you go. So yeah, you guys will all settle into seats next to each other. Maybe offer a polite nod across the table. And it's only maybe like a minute or two after the doors close behind you guys and you sit down, that the doors on the western wing over here will swing open, and these two people here will stride out. Um, I'll show you guys some. You have this lady here. And this gentleman here. I like that he has a sword cane in the art. So yeah,
It's pretty cool.
a couple minutes after, a striking high elf woman enters the hall, followed by an aristocratic middle-aged human man. The man is wearing kind of these, finely tailored clothes, fit for a noble, kind of what you would expect, while the woman kind of comes in dressed more like you guys are. She's pretty much dressed for battle. She has this fine leather overcoat on with a suit of kind of like sparkling mail underneath, and on her waist hangs an Aldori dueling sword with a bright silver pommel. And the two of them are going to make their way up here, kind of to the two head seats at the table there. And the man kind of is the first one to speak up, and he kind of clears his throat because there are, there's a lot of people in here, some of which we probably didn't even notice them come in. But, he'll clear his throat, and then he'll be like, "Greetings, heroes. I am Eosif Silamus, Lord Mayor of Restov. And this," he gestures to the woman beside him, "is Lady Jamandi Aldori. We both thank you for answering her call for heroes. You may be few, but we need only the best for this great task." And she kind of, stands up from where she'd sat for briefly, and gives the room, kind of a broad smile and nod before speaking. And she says, "South of here, beyond Brevoy's border, lie the stolen lands. This disputed territory has been claimed time and time again by would-be settlers, but because the area has been a haven for bandit and monsters, it has never been held for long. But Restov intends for this to change. She kind of gives the room another glance before continuing on. And she says, "So, if you have enough courage to drive off the dangerous denizens of the stolen lands, you can seize territory for yourselves and name yourselves baronesses or barons. Restov intends to recognize the legitimacy of the new rulers of this land, and none of the other neighboring realms care enough to challenge you. We are prepared to provide backing as a trade partner and military ally. If you claim the land, you will have no, all of Restov's support." And she reaches down to take this goblet in hand. She says, "But the details of your individual missions and charters into the stolen lands can wait. For now, I raise my glass to you, brave heroes. Let us eat and enjoy the evening. Tomorrow promises to be a very busy day." She kind of lifts her, her little goblet up, just as the a bunch of servants come into the room and begin to start dishing out food and pouring drinks from all of the pitchers they've laid out.
Resi is like just kind of vibrating where she's sitting, like she's just, all for this.
All right, what about the rest of you? How are you guys feeling?
Grax smells the drink he's given, kind of cringes a little, but sips it and
Well,
doesn't
I mean, it's
really
it's kind of they
know.
kind of ask what you want, Grex. Like I said, they have there's water. What did I say?
Water.
Yeah, it's I think it's like water, wine, and I think mead was one of them that they bring in. But yeah, they have a number of things. So as for the feast itself, oh yeah, so it's ale, fruit juice, or water that they're basically bringing in.
Oh, he'll have some fruit juice.
Yeah, and then they'll start bringing in kind of the it's supposed to be a four-course meal. Right now, they're basically bringing in this kind of plate of crisp greens that have been lightly flavored with savory oils and a little bit of spicy seasoned waterfowl to kind of top it off. Um, and, they're kind of laying it out. And so, what is going to happen here is there are a number of guests sitting in front of you. Um, so what happens is this is what I doubt any of you are actually familiar with the Game Mastery Guide, but it is basically a little bit of use of the influence subsystem. It's why I kind of told you to sit next to who you might want to talk to potentially, because it's basically going to be the next like 2 hours of game time that are basically broken up into kind of 6 separate 20-minute rounds. Obviously, a given round may take less than 20 minutes. For game purposes, it is 20 minutes. For our purposes, it's however much time we need per round. But what will happen is each round, and we'll just kind of go down the list, your PC can attempt to influence one of the NPCs across from you. To try to build up some chemistry and just reputation, or to discover information about one of the NPCs at the table. Um, Probably goes without saying. Well, maybe it doesn't. I know some of you are kind of newer to it, but um, generally speaking, the NPCs sitting across from you are all fairly important to the story. So it's usually in your best interest to try to make a positive impression because, people you impress, when you run into them later are more likely to be helpful, and people you piss off are, more likely to be plotting against you in the background because you're an a hole. So, so yeah, we'll just we'll start kind of from Remornia here. And you have a number of people in range, and honestly, I'd even say if you want to potentially talk to anyone at the table, can probably be arranged. But what do you think, Remornia? Do you want to just like dive right into some conversation and try to influence somebody, or do you want to maybe just kind of sit back and just discover some information about them first?
I think Ramornia would sit back and listen for now
Okay.
since
Well,
she's more
who
of a
who do you
personality.
wanna spend some time kind of listening to get an idea of what they may like or whatnot?
Uh, the which she looks like a reaper in front of me, and then
The elf
the
lady
one with
there.
the book. Yep, and then that one, and then the one right next to
All right.
her with
Well,
the
you just pick
bard
one
thing.
for now. So
Oh,
whichever one
then just
is
take
your.
that one.
All right. So what you will do? Let me double check where these are exactly. Yep, we're gonna need that there. So what I want you to do is give me a blind perception check. All right. So you spend some time kind of studying this other pale elf sitting across from you. Um, but you find that she is just kind of she seems very neutral in everything that she's doing. If anything, it's like she's trying to go out of her way not to talk to anybody and not to stick out too much. Um, and even when she kind of catches you, staring a little bit, um, she doesn't really respond in any way. And we'll just keep going down the list. Cinnamon, what are you doing? Actually, you know what we could use right now? Where's our.
I was gonna ask if Cinnamon was given like Sprite size food and drink, or is she dealing with regular normal size
No,
things?
the servants would have brought out a special sprite sized um, dishes for you to use.
Okay, so she's not like jumping in like a large cup of
No, no,
meat
no,
or
no, no,
anything like
no.
that. Okay, well, she's in a pretty happy mood in this party atmosphere with food and drink, and I think she takes the chance to order whatever she can have. Um,
It seems
and
like it's kind
then
of like a prepared feast, so they're just going to be bringing out stuff. You don't really have to order.
okay, um, she did see this lady with a oh gosh, what's that instrument name?
A lute.
A lyre, a lute.
Yes, I think she's got a little lute there. I think in the picture.
Um, so she is playing the.
No, no, she's not playing it right now, but she does have it strapped to her back. Currently she's kind of eating the
Okay.
food at the table. She's a smaller halfling woman.
Okay, so Simon thinks she's probably a decent musician, so she'll strike up a conversation and just say, "So, do you play often?"
All right, so are you using this as a way to try to build some influence with her, or are you using this as a way to try to coax information out of her?
Um, that's a good question. Difficult to say because me as the player wants information, but I think Simon would want to just gain reputation.
All right, so and you guys start talking a little bit about music. If you want, you can give me a performance check. It'll be blind as well. Any of these will be performance, society, occultism, deception, diplomacy, intimidation.
All right. Let's see.
Whichever's probably your highest.
Hmm. I have +4 diplomacy.
I mean, I'm
What were the other options? Deception, society,
performance,
performance.
society, occultism. Um,
I think it's definitely diplomacy for me.
oh yeah, roll me a blind diplomacy check. As you spend kind of the first 20 minutes, kind of like the first part of the meal, um, talking to each other about music, and she'll give you a little bit kind of her history, kind of telling you that she doesn't really consider herself that much of a fighter, but um, she's really here because she's hoping to kind of tag along um, with a group to kind of chronicle their heroic actions and their establishment of a new nation in the Stolen Mines. And we'll throw that on her. And yeah,
I think Cinnamon would be interested in that and might whisper to the others and be like, well, what do you think? Should we invite her?
we'll just keep it on the list. So what does happen though from your kind of discussion with her is you have built up 1 point of influence with her, which
Woohoo!
means that she kind of is already starting to take a more friendly demeanor with you. I'm kind of letting her guard down because when you're seated across from like new people, everyone's kind of on you know maybe a little on edge. Um, but yeah, she seems like she's relaxed a little bit. And we'll go to Celine, kind of, and this is all happening simultaneously. Ramornia is talking to her, you're talking to her, Celine's going to talk to whoever. And this is all during like the same 20-minute block while you guys are all having, eating your salads, so to speak. Celine, who do you want to talk to?
The gentleman right across from me.
All right. So, would you like to try to discover something about him, or do you just want to strike up conversation? Um,
Well, I'd like to know what he is. Is he
so he is a gnome gentleman, kind of
okay?
impeccably dressed in these fine robes and silks. Um, of everyone in here, with the exception of maybe like you and Ramornia, who also have kind of this more noble air about you, he definitely seems, more like what you would expect maybe like a stately gnome prince to look like rather than an actual adventure. He just kind of has this, like a little bit of haughty air about him.
Okay. Um, I think I would like to talk to him.
All right. So do you want to try to discover something or maybe build some influence with him?
A little bit of both, I think.
Well, no, it's one or the other for mechanical
One or the
reasons.
other. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Um, feel for discovery.
All right. So I will need you to roll me a blind nature, perception, or society.
I go with is that perception, right?
Yep. perception, society, or nature.
Do perception since it's my highest.
All right. And
That roll?
yeah, rolled. I can see it. It's blind, so only I see it. For
Okay.
you, it's going to come up private. Um.
Well, I mean, the dice didn't roll.
Oh, I mean, I
That's
saw
cool.
it. So
Okay.
he, you kind of spend some time making like idle banter with him. Um, not really trying to dig too deep and ask too many questions. But you definitely get the impression that he is kind of a bit brash and almost kind of. Oh, and we're in an ad in a second, so actually I'll go until it says the ad starts. But yeah, he's kind of brash and has just like a kind of obnoxious attitude. And also seems to have kind of this superiority complex. Even though, you're kind of, maybe not a full noble anymore, but you get the impression that he kind of it looks down on you and everyone else um, that's kind of seated at this table. And we'll pause there for a sec to let this ad play. Damn, that's rough. When they played, they failed pretty much all of the influence checks. All right, come on,
That's
ad.
not good.
Just play. You know what? Let's see if we can force it with this. So we
One
can.
moment, I'll be back. While that plays.
Yep, there goes. Yeah, if you need a drink, bathroom, water, ham sandwich, now is the time.
Did I do everything I needed to
You did.
on my sheet, by the way?
Uh,
Okay. I noticed you filled it in for me, but
let me.
I appreciate that.
You still need to pick your core skills in the proficiency tab. I gave you the lore elf and lore politics, but you need to anything you have up top, because the only things it gives you by default right now are the arcana and society. So you want to go in there to the proficiencies and just click the untrained to trained on anything you're trained in. And then I think you're good to go after
Oh,
that.
that's right. I was doing thievery.
Yeah, and also pick your
I was the only
ancestry
thief.
feat in the feats tab, and then you're good. Oh, do we have different music for this? I think we do. Let's stop that. Get some music in there and some ambiance.
What is occultism? Is that knowing about the occult?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Hmm.
Kind of knowing about occulty type things, like witchcraft, supernatural stuff like that. All right, but yeah, you definitely discovered. We're going to come back from ad for a second, but I'll kind of just re-summarize it right now. Anyway, this guy seems like he's kind of an asshole. Um,
Yeah, I kind of figured.
like even, um, kind of almost makes it seem like he considers it some great, amount of effort that he's even talking to you at all. So, That is what you discover about him. We are back from ad
That he's an
break.
asshole?
Yeah, kind of more or less.
Okay.
More or less.
I mean, I gave you a bit
That
better
works.
description originally, just kind of his,
Yeah.
kind of brash, obnoxious attitude, obvious superiority complex. Also, rude, like almost every, kind of negative thing. And he kind of, when you're kind of trying to discover things about him, he actually spends more time just kind of loudly proclaiming that he's really the only one in this whole banquet hall that's worthy enough to actually rule the stolen lands. So, you know,
Is he edible? No.
Of course.
and if you're smart, then you probably want to join his team because they're going to, you know, do things. And then we'll go to Rezi.
Yeah. Rezi is gonna uh, pick up a conversation with the person across from him, and um, gonna compliment them on their choice of equipment. Try and gain influence. Maybe challenge them to an arm wrestle.
All right. Yeah, so you are trying to influence her. You can try to, physically impress her with like an athletics type thing, like if you wanted to go with the arm wrestling thing. She definitely presents a kind of a physical kind of intimidating demeanor, but you can definitely use your own intimidation to kind of show her you're not afraid. Survival's another choice. Performance, diplomacy, deception. What are you thinking?
Probably athletics because that's my highest.
All right, give me a blind athletics check. All right, let me go back to the right tab. So you get the feeling that when you kind of first sat down across from her, she kind of immediately um, dismissed you, um, like almost instantly, kind of, kind of just looked you up and down, and then just kind of immediately mentally checked out. But you spend a bit of time, trying to talk to her, and for the most part, she seems uninterested until you mention an arm wrestling match. At which point, the salad that she wasn't really eating anyway is kind of immediately pushed off to the side. And you guys will have an arm wrestling match. And she's actually impressed because neither one of you can really gain the upper hand. Um, it kind of sways back and forth a little bit, but neither one of you seems to be able to make the final push um, to, win it. But eventually, like, her entire demeanor kind of changes after that, and she seems much more kind of open and friendly um, after that. And you have gained 1 point of influence with Amiri there.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I should be giving you their names, right? Ramornia, you will hear, even though you just spent some time kind of discovering, this is Jathel, um, the elf up there. The bard here was Lindsay. This gentleman here was Tartuccio. This is Amiri here. And then the last one here that's sitting across from Grax after he does his will introduce herself as Valerie. And we'll go to you, Grax. What are you thinking you're gonna do? You have this armored
Well,
lady kind of sitting across from you.
well, he's trying to figure out the salad thing, and he's kind of sniffing the bowl and eating and nibbling some of the lettuce. I think he wants to discover some information about
Okay. You can give me a
Valerie.
blind perception, society, or warfare lore.
Hmm. I have none of those.
You have perception. Everyone has perception.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. Just when it pops up, just use the blind one, and we'll see what happens here. So you spend some time kind of watching her, and you don't really learn anything about her, but you do kind of pick up the way she's using her fork to kind of eat the salad. So while you don't learn anything about her, you definitely learn a little bit about the kind of customs for eating this style of dish.
Yeah, he'll pick up on that and reach for the fork and
There you go.
copy what she's doing.
There you go. Gotta learn a little bit. All right, and what does this guy have? Yeah, she should actually do pretty good talking to the random dwarf guy, in theory. Yeah, and given he's armed and armored too, she'll probably strike up conversations about warfare, weaponry, stuff like that. Let me see if I can turn you up a little bit, Grax. People are saying you're soft in the.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's good. I turned you up in Discord. You should be louder now.
Okay.
And she is going to. What do you guys think? She's mostly here to help you guys build rep. Do you think she should try to influence or maybe discover something about?
Hmm.
Influence.
Yeah, influence. I mean, I would say Remornia is the closest one, so uh,
All right.
that would, yeah. If that's what Remornia wants, then we should go for it.
All right. What do you think, Ramornia? Should your duelist
Uh,
friend try to influence or?
yeah, she seems more social than I am, so yeah.
All right. She will try to influence, and she'll spend some time, kind of talking to him about stuff. It just seems like they kind of have a little bit of a fundamental um, disconnect. He's kind of mostly just chatting very, animatedly about uh, Grotus, his god, and just a lot of religious stuff. And she's more interested in weapons, warfare, and stuff like that. And they're not really meeting very close in the middle there. Um, and that'll be kind of the first kind of 20 minutes of the kind of socializing. And if you want to try your luck at maybe talking to someone else on the second round, or if you want to keep trying to build up um, with the person you've been talking to, you can do that. And we'll just kind of go down the list again. Ramornia, what are you thinking this time around? You didn't really gain too much on the first round, but you haven't at least annoyed her or anything yet, as far as you can tell. You just haven't really kind of broken past this kind of withdrawn exterior she's putting out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and talk to her this time. Maybe make an impression.
Okay, so you want to try to actually build some influence this time.
Yeah.
All right, so there's kind of a number of things you can potentially talk about. Um, you know, um, I don't think anyone has that one, so we'll skip that one. You can try to, especially given that you guys kind of share this pale visage together. You could use potentially, intimidation to just try to show off your own, to show that you're not really, kind of ashamed that you're also this kind of pale, likely undeadish elf.
Yeah.
Or religion, maybe to try to appeal to any religious ties she have. Performance, if you want to, I don't think anyone's a bard. I don't think that one's going to turn up. Or just kind of the standard diplomacy or deception. Like if you want to kind of lie and like build yourself up and lie about it, or if you want to just be kind of truthful and talk about your own past.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll diplomacy, maybe talk about myself.
Okay.
And I mean, I have a quick question. Is Braun in the room with me, or would I
You would have
have left him outside?
probably dismissed him.
Okay.
You can always resummon him later, but yeah, they probably weren't going to let him in here. And as a
Okay.
kind of noble, you would probably expect that. So,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with diplomacy.
all right, yeah, give me a blind diplomacy.
Hmm, sorry.
We do have some charismatic people. Oh, I should actually mention too. Um, you guys do have your standard hero point for the session. You can definitely save it for later on, but if you want to use it during, one of these things, that's an option as well. It is kind of up to you though. It is only the second round.
Are
Um,
you saying that because I rolled really bad?
well, I'm saying that because you didn't roll horrible, but you did roll low enough that you're not going to meet the thing, and it's kind of just going to be more of the same, where you're kind of talking about yourself, and she's like, she offers the occasional nod, but she's definitely not paying um, too much attention.
Can I use it now then? Because
Yeah, go ahead and just roll another blind one's fine. Since I don't think you can do the right click on it thing since it's private. But let's get some bigger. Holy shit! Well, that was worse.
oh,
Um,
awesome.
you know, uh,
Now get those out of the way, though.
yeah, that was that that
Right.
was that was the nat one. Um, wow, yeah, your rolls have not been good for the first three so far. And it's still just gonna kind of be
Yeah,
the
I'm
same.
noticing.
Um, you don't really offend her or anything else. You're trying to be friendly. You're trying to bring her around to the conversation, but she doesn't seem super interested in learning, about your past or really even sharing anything about her own. So maybe a different approach. But I mean, you can still use diplomacy next time. But just how you want to go about framing it, rather than
Excuse
talking
me,
about.
check please.
All right, and we will go to Cinnamon. Cinnamon, what are you doing? As the servants are starting to come around to clean up the salads you've been eating for the last like 20 minutes or so to get ready for the next course.
Um, so so Mornia not had any luck with that person.
She has not.
Well, Simon might see her struggle and then just kind of turn over to this woman and be like, "Oh, hi. Who are you?"
And yeah, she'll kind of give you the same, well, at least initially, kind of half-hearted response that her name is Jathel.
Jayful?
Yep, J like here. I'll type it in chat for you. This makes it easier.
Jathel. She'll just go, "Hi, hello, Jathel. I'm Cinnamon. Nice to meet you," and just try to carry on like a pleasant conversation. Um,
All right.
to build reputation.
Okay. So your choices here are kind of the standard stuff, really. Intimidation, kind of religion, perception, or not perception, performance, diplomacy, or deception.
Probably gonna do diplomacy again.
All right, give me a diplomacy check. As you're kind of hoping you're maybe more bubbly nature um, kind of enraptures her. Wow, you're actually rolling really well. Um,
Yay!
and for the first time, she actually does seem um, slightly interested. Maybe because just it's more neutral conversation. Um, but she actually will kind of lean forward to kind of chat with you and Ramorni a bit. Um, she doesn't really give away anything about herself because that's from a discovery thing, but you're at least making some progress towards. She's definitely a harder sell. You don't get the friendly thing just from her first thing, but you've made some progress. Oh wait, actually, hers is the
Hooray!
same way too. She needs two to actually go to friendly, but Lindsay only needs one. All right, so yeah, some progress is made there. And we will go to Celine.
I'm gonna try to gain some influence with this guy.
All right, so you want to try again. Um, it's kind of going to be the same stuff like Arcana. You do notice he has kind of the look of a wizard, sorcerer, something like that. So Arcana, um, intimidation. If you want to try to put him in his place, since he's kind of thinking he's better than everyone else. Deception,
Well,
maybe
I'm
if you
not gonna
want to
try that.
try
I
to
guess.
if you want to try to lie to him and build him up, like, oh, you're so right. Diplomacy to just try to have a regular conversation. Um, Stuff like that.
Let's try Arcana
All right. So you
first.
want to talk about some magic?
Yes.
All right. Let's get that blind
Do
roll.
you want
Let's.
me to
Yeah, they're
blind?
all
Okay.
they're all going to be blind for this. And you also rolled very bad. Um, I don't know if you want to use your hero point or
Yes, I will.
okay. Go ahead and roll me another blind. Yours wasn't a nat one; it was a two. Um,
Close enough.
Progress.
let's yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Let's get a nice good roll here. Wow, you rolled a three. Okay.
Three.
Um,
Oh boy.
you start trying to kind of talk shop about magic with him. But if anything, you're just kind of you seem to be kind of
Thinking
reinforcing
like
the
another
thought.
idiot.
Yeah, like he kind of like just looks at you and he says, "Are you sure you even know anything about magic? You're talking nonsense. Who invited you here anyway?" Yeah, he's kind of an a-hole. All right, so yeah, that's going on there, and we'll go back down to Rezi. Guys have been
Okay.
having a pretty pleasant conversation after the arm wrestling match.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of keep it going. Like since she's got like she kind of like talks about like how she can like actually wield the large maul that she's carrying and ask kind of like what kind of weapons Amiri, which one was it? Amiri,
Yeah,
what
Mary.
kind of weapons Amiri
All right.
likes and kind of yeah, and like just like kind of still like focusing on kind of like the athletic and stuff like that.
Okay. So yeah, because she does have her two-handed sword that is also quite large for her. Um, and she won't give all of the details, but she will say that she got it from a giant that she killed. And it does kind of, looking at it, you can kind of see, yeah, that could be a giant sword. Go ahead and give me another blind athletics as you kind of, match that with your own, giant mole energy.
Oh, was meant I put that as
It's
private.
it's fine. I'll go with it. Yeah, she seems impressed. Saying, you guys have a lot in common, though obviously, and she says it kind of in a teasing, but you can tell it's kind of in a joking, kind of friendly way. She says, but you still, you need to find one off a giant first if you really want to get to her level. And that actually will put her at friendly.
Okay, yeah. And Resi will be like, will kind of just grin and will be like, it's like, well, I've heard that there are giants out in the Stormland, so I was like, I hopefully I will be, uh, I'll be doing that very shortly.
And she nods, and you guys kind of continue, your banter kind of staying, focused on like stuff like that. And we'll go down to Grax again. Grax, what are you thinking? If
Um,
nothing else, you have been learning how to use a fork.
yeah, she's teaching him how to use the proper utensils, and he's willing to learn. He's poking at the bit.
All right.
Um,
So influence or discovery.
maybe influence.
All right. So you're kind of picking at the food, but you do feel like you're kind of catching on, especially kind of glancing to other people at the table. So you have a couple options here that you could use to try to influence her. The first is obviously going to be the standard diplomacy, intimidation, deception. The other ones would be stuff like warfare lore, society. What are you working with here? Let's see. Do, do, do. Another one could potentially be athletics, which you do have. Survival as well. Maybe talk about your time out in
Yeah,
the swamp.
yeah. I'll tell her a little about my background, how um, my tribe was small, but um, I hunted. There was gatherers. We had clothes, stuff like that.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, give me a blind survival. Oh shit. So yeah, you
yeah.
start talking about your village, what you guys did, everything else, and initially it seems like she's not super interested in it, more picking at the food. But as you kind of go on, you start to notice she starts paying more and more attention until kind of towards the end of the exchange, like you guys are actually having like kind of this full on conversation, and you've definitely built
His
up some influence with her.
his common isn't that great, but he knows the language, so it's like small
Yeah,
sentences, stuff
yeah,
like that.
and that's how you can kind of tell that she's kind of getting into the conversation because she starts trying to help you out. With the common, suggesting maybe the word if you're kind of stuck on what word to use, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So you're definitely making some progress there. We'll go back up top. What do you guys thinking she should try this time?
Mm,
We
what are you
still
thinking, Amornia?
we still thinking the dwarf. Do we want to try to hammer down? Maybe get the friendly one with the elf lady.
Yeah, both are good options.
All right, chat. We're
If
leaving it up to you. Anima, who should she talk to? Since they're
I
kind
was
of
gonna
quieter.
say I've had bad luck here, so
I say go for the dwarf.
All right, she'll go for the dwarf then.
She's
Uh,
trained in
he's
that
still
ancient.
just kind of saying all of this. He's very into talking about um, you know Grotus and just making all of these kind of weird declarations just out of the blue about nothing in the middle of conversations, talking about like, oh, abandon hope and embrace the inevitable. And just all of these things that you get the feeling that if you aren't familiar with Grotus, which I mean, if you're not trained in religion, you probably aren't. Um, he has a very negative outlook on things, but he kind of presents it in a way that he himself doesn't necessarily seem like he's depressed or sad about it, even if he has a rather grim outlook on like everything. So yeah, she'll probably go for diplomacy. Um, my own rolls have sucked so far too, so that's something. Oh hey, not bad. Um, and yeah, finally, she manages to kind of steer the conversation away from, just all of his negative talking about, civilization's gonna crumble away and the world ends and all these other things. Um, towards just like kind of focusing on his history, which he kind of gladly begins to recount a bit of, especially given that he kind of worships a strange god, as far as clerics or dwarf clerics go. So yeah, she's starting to make a little bit of progress there, though. And then we will start round three. Ramornia, this is it. This is what you've
This
trained
is your
for.
time.
It's your
Be
time to
careful.
shine or burn out, whichever comes first.
I cast Fireball. No.
Right.
I didn't ask how big the
Yeah.
room
It's the
is.
hellhound.
Just exactly.
Uh, so this time she's going to try talking to her again, but she's going to talk more about like the fact that the weapon that the elf has, maybe talk bring up brawn. So we're gonna go with intimidation this time.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, she does have which is easy to notice even by the art. She has this large scythe that's kind of leaned up between her and the dwarf guy. That she kind of occasionally just kind of reaches over and kind of pets almost lovingly. You want to try to kind of match that
Yeah.
I'm tough undead chick energy. So you want to talk about Brahm. Yeah, give me an intimidation. Diplomacy has failed. Maybe intimidation will. Wow, I don't even know what the chances of that happening are. Um,
Um.
you are a nat one rolling machine.
Oh, fudge.
No.
Okay. I give up then.
That's actually crazy. You know what? I'm gonna let you roll that again. I feel bad.
Okay.
Someone used channel points that we haven't put in yet to give you another roll. Bard just dumped his 173,000 points to give you one
My,
reroll.
my 19.3k.
Oh, there we close enough.
Okay, let's try it again.
Because yeah, I'm starting to. Okay, that's much better actually. So yeah,
Okay.
once you kind of shift from, um, trying to just be, friendly, polite, maybe even using, proper terminology for things like you might at like a noble party or something. When you actually start talking to her like a regular person, mentioning, her scythe and the fact that, you have a hellhound spirit that you befriended who's kind of been your companion since you were, a little girl, and you finally actually start to get some interest out of her. Um, she kind of turns and actually stops kind of fiddling with the scythe and actually starts to pay some attention to you. Even, her personality's still a little dry, um, but she definitely seems more into the conversation. And between you and Cinnamon's last attempt, that will actually get her too friendly.
Okay.
And we will go back to Cinnamon.
So I will ask at this point, just
Hmm.
because I know you mentioned the interactivity rules, or I forget what you specifically called them. Um, just for everyone else, because I slightly remember the system, but for anyone else, is there a level above friendly?
There is.
Okay,
Um,
all right,
it has like different. Each person actually, their influence can go up fairly high. Because there are crit successes and stuff, which can boost you by two. The DCs are pretty. They honestly seem pretty aggressive for level one, though you guys have had some luck hitting them. But it does look like most of them right now can potentially get all the way up to 8. Obviously,
okay,
that might require a more focused thing. And, maybe it's better to just be friendly with a bunch of people rather than trying to force too much um, on one. But if there's some NPCs that you find more interesting, um, definitely try it. This guy here has seemed like nothing but, an a-hole the whole time. And the thing we're using is the influence subsystem from the Game Mastery
influence.
Guide.
Okay, yeah. I didn't recall if it went above that, and I was like, and I just didn't want people, being like, oh hey, they're at friendly, and and then wasting time talking to them when they can't get higher. So that's why I was double
Yep,
checking.
it can definitely get higher. All right, Celine. Thus far, you've kind of, at
Oh, I
first
think it was
he.
cinnamon.
Oh, yeah, Cinnamon. Sorry.
Hello. Um. Okay. So the other lady's gotten a bit more open.
Yep.
Um. What about this guy?
That guy seems to kind of hate all of you on some unknown principle. And, you just get the feeling he
My
is
fault.
not a friendly guy. Um, and all of you at the table have heard it. These kind of claims he keeps making about how no one here is actually worthy um, to even be here, with the exception of himself, and how it's kind of a waste of time for any of you to even try and go out there and get yourselves killed when he is going to be the one who establishes a kingdom.
So
Now you can cast Fireball.
was somebody
Definitely.
asking about information from him, or was it a reputation thing?
People were going for influence. I think she tried to discover. Did you know? I think she influenced twice.
Yeah.
Didn't
No, I
really.
discovered
Okay, yeah, it still didn't.
what at first one.
Yeah, just kind of learned about his
You discovered that he was an
personality.
asshole.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not. That's funny because you failed that role too. He's just so
Really?
obviously an asshole that you get that information even for failing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's a narcissist.
Good to know.
So
Yeah.
kiss his ass or something.
Well,
I was going to,
Cinnamon,
but
if she noticed his assholery, I think it just makes her more curious about who this guy is and what he's all about.
All right. So what do you want to do? You want to try to discover something about him, or do you want to go kind of straight to influence?
Uh, I think for this one, discover. She wants to peel the onion layers back.
All right. So you have your choice of kind of nature, perception, or society.
Nature, perception, society, nature.
All
Nature
right.
for this. There we go.
All right. Um, so you try to spend some time watching him after you kind of help get Ramornia into a conversation up there. Celine's kind of just crashing and burning, um, and your own impression just kind of reinforces just more of the same. Um, And at this point, he's kind of like not even paying any of you guys any attention. Just mostly kind of eating his food, and he seems like he's just trying to wait for this to be over rather than wanting to engage with anyone.
Ah, so there are no layers. Okay.
Well, no, you failed. You failed the roll, so that's really all you get.
Oh, all right.
I just like to narrate the failure a little bit, give you a little tidbit, even for failing. And now we'll go to Celine. Celine, you get the impression that he's not interested in anything Cinnamon has to say, but he's even less interested in anything you have to say.
No.
Like, he's kind of like, you get the impression that he's like looking at Cinnamon while she's talking to him, but not responding, but he's only doing that so he doesn't have to deal with you anymore, specifically.
I think I'm gonna try deception.
All right. Hold on, before I even let you
Try
roll
to
this, let me see what you're even working with here. Realistically, with the skills you have and because of the failures you have, I'm just going to stop you before you try, because even a nat 20 at this point, you've scaled his difficulty so high, is going to be a failure. So you might just want to
move
try.
on.
Yeah. Because every time you fail to do anything with him, the DC increases, and his DCs are already pretty high.
Mm,
So
okay.
yeah,
Can I just eat my food and
no. I mean,
out?
you may as well talk to someone else. Like, don't give up just because you
Okay.
picked. Like, anyone that knows this
The
campaign
asshole
knows
worried
that
person.
that's like
Yeah.
universally hated by everyone, guy. So
Okay.
yeah, you just happen to
Let
pick
me
your
try the
initial.
loot.
All right, say
Or
you turn to the bard chick instead. She's kind of listening, smiling to Ramornia Jathal, and occasionally her and Cinnamon chat a little bit as Cinnamon tried to get some info off Tartuccio, but also failed. So yeah, your choices for her are going to be. Pull this up again. I don't know why I keep closing it. Um, if you have, I don't think you do. Performance, society to maybe trade gossip, occultism to
I
kind of
society.
show off your breadth of your esoteric knowledge, deception to maybe lie a bit, diplomacy, intimidation, the usual stuff.
Try society.
All right. So you wanna, you talk about, performers, fashion stuff. She seems kind of into that.
Sure.
She seems kind of into that. That's it. You guys spend some time talking, um, chatting about this, that, and she seems genuinely interested in the conversation. Um, and will, you guys talk about, fashion trends in Rostov and performances you went and seen. She tells you about some of the places she's performed at, and she will actually raise from friendly to helpful.
Ooh. Do you know anything about this asshole next to you?
She says, no, pretty much just what you said. He seems like an asshole. If there was anywhere else to sit,
Okay.
I would have moved myself. And he just kind of, scoffs, snorts, and kind of. And we'll go back down to Rezi.
Resi uh, will um, see that kind of Grax is kind of hitting it off with Valerie, and has just kind of just been side eyeing Tartuccio. Um, so not wanting to butt in with Grax and Valerie, she'll kind of keep it up with Amiri. Um, and um, like not um, uh, not like in trying to like intimidate her, but like just like kind of like I guess kind of puffing herself and her accomplishments up. Would that be more diplomacy or intimidation,
Um,
or would that still be athletics?
let's go with intimidation for it. You're trying to present yourself as an equally fearsome, warrior type. We'll mix it up a little bit here. We'll mix it up. And let's see here. yeah, so she kind of listens to you telling about your own stories about things you've done and whatnot. And she genuinely listens. Seeming interested in everything else. And you do build up a little bit more influence with her. It's not enough to reach that next stage yet, but you have built up some more influence.
All
Kind
right.
of, sharing a bit of your past
Yeah.
with her, and she kind of possibly even like talking about we'll see who has the best story the next time we meet, and she seems genuinely cheerful and happy about the
Yeah. And
exchanges you're making.
yeah, and Resi is always like down to listen too, because she's both like likes to puff herself up, but also is like if a good story is told, she's like always into it.
Yep. All right, Grax.
Yes.
What are you doing? More of the same? Gonna try to build some stuff up. Talk more
Yeah.
about your own experiences out in the part of the stolen lands you're from.
Sure. Yes.
All right, yeah. Give me another blind survival,
Actually,
or do you want to mix it
actually,
up?
I talk about where he got the necklace he's wearing
Okay,
and how he beat a giant crocodile. It was his hunt, his first hunt.
okay.
Athletics or
Um, you can
nature.
do. I'll allow athletics. Yeah, I'll allow that. That's fine if you want to use athletics.
Okay.
Kind of, like as a feat
Uh,
of strength, as you're kind of showing, holding out your arms, and he was this big, and I wrestled him to the ground, and all this other stuff. And yeah, she kind of she seems into the story. You're definitely making progress towards that first little influence point. You're not quite there. I should probably say all of the NPCs have different thresholds for when they hit friendly. Some of them take less to go through the ranks, and some of them take more. So that's something to keep in mind. Grax, you're definitely making progress there. It's just that she is a much harder lady to impress than, say, Lindsay or even Amiri. So,
yep.
but yeah, you're making some progress there. Um, and I imagine since she's making some progress up there, she's just gonna keep going with what she's been doing.
Yeah.
She's gonna try. She's gonna try some. Actually, that's the same roll anyway. Yeah, may as well just go diplomacy. Big money. Oh shit, that actually was big money. All right,
Uh,
that's actually going to put him at friendly finally. Um, and they kind of get to gossiping about Aldori dueling and whatnot. Um, even kind of mentioning Lady Jamandi and stuff like that. Um, about how she's been a sword lord for a while now, um, and is kind of widely considered to be one of the city of Restov, where you guys are, is like greatest warriors in like the whole city, um, and stuff like that. And finally some progress is being made on that front as well. And that'll be the end of round 3. We will start on round 4 as the main course begins to come out. It's a nice succulent cut of kind of tender roasted boar, with some veggies and other stuff on the side. Pretty tasty. All right, Ramornia, this is your time. This is your moment to roll another
Yeah,
nat
with my
one.
amazing rolls. I think she's gonna just stick to the same pattern since the last time it worked.
Okay.
Still just trying to get this lady to talk.
Yeah. So you're gonna try intimidation again?
Yeah.
Both of you are definitely a little intimidating. She definitely
Right.
seems into the conversation of about the hellhound. She'll talk about her scythe and wow, I don't even know how that's fucking possible.
Another nat one.
You've rolled 4 nat 1s, like
Yep.
in 5 rolls.
Cool. Cool. All right. I'm out, guys.
Like
Bye.
I,
See you later.
I'm,
Wow.
I'm fucking.
She's like,
You
"That's
abuse her out of the
cinnamon.
dinner.
I'm done." Yeah, she's
Like,
done with the
you know,
dinner.
You need to
this is what I
I'm
turn
want you to
leaving.
do. Go to the chat window and type /R space
Okay.
and then type 20D20. And let's just see if we can't reset your dice by just doing a fucking massive roll to get some of those out of the way. Um,
There was only one nat one in there.
Good. I think we may have reset you, and I'm gonna let you roll one more time because that's just like wow. I didn't. I've. I think the previous record was like 3 nat 1s in like 4 or 5 rolls, but
Yeah,
you've just broken that one.
that was me.
So,
All
jeez.
right, let's try again.
All right, that's much better. So
Okay.
yeah, you guys are still kind of hitting it off. Um, she might even ask, are you a vampire? What's going on with, you? Because I mean, you're
Sure.
definitely both pale, kind of wearing,
Yeah. She'll open up to her and she'll tell her, that she's damn pure, that her father is a vampire. Yep.
and
And
yeah, and
yeah.
she'll nod and kind of listen intently. It seems like she was kind of a bit nervous to be here, given her own, kind of undead nature. But kind of seeing you here has kind of made her open up um, a little bit, and she's definitely seeming a bit more comfortable to talk and whatnot. And in truth, you get the impression that you're not really sure why, or maybe you can kind of draw your own conclusion, but that she kind of comes across as, like maybe a bit lonely. And you get the feeling that it's been a while since she really, was put in a setting to socially interact with people. Um, but yeah, you're still making some progress there. Um,
We found someone of a similar personality then it seems.
Yeah. Love's
Indeed.
in the air.
Oh no. Not another OnlyFans to make.
Dang, that escalated quickly. All right, Cinnamon, what are you doing?
Only zombies.
Not the only zombies. Oh,
No.
Um, I think Cinnamon's still determined to get that guy to like her.
Oh,
all
good
right. I
luck.
mean, you can certainly try. Like I said, at this point, the DC is so high that
Nat
I
20s.
feel like you might be wasting your attempt. That kind of goes for all of you because I don't want to see everyone try to gang up and you guys lose a shitload
Alright.
of influence because you're determined to make him like you when it seems like he hates everyone by default. Um,
And she's confused why he is here.
because he's going to go into the Stolen Lands by himself when you guys all die and establish a kingdom. And he looks at you like, I told you this 3 times. Are you stupid? You have a small head. You must have a small brain.
Well, I was saying that out of character, but okay.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm just saying, like, kind of what he would. That's his personality right there.
Um, she can continue to build rep with Lindsay.
All right, because yeah, his influence DCs are really high, and if you fail, especially a crit fail, which Porcelain had two of, like he really kind of thinks your entire group is stupid and you're a waste of space and breath and you shouldn't be here. And he's disgusted that he even has to sit at the table with you guys.
Hey,
Wow.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's a dude.
Hey, just putting out
Mm.
guys.
All right, so you're gonna talk to Lindsay. All right, so standard stuff. Performance, society, occultism, deception, diplomacy, intimidation. If you just want to kind of converse with her more, diplomacy is always an option.
Do diplomacy.
All right, give me some diplomacy. All right, you guys are actually rolling pretty good on diplomacy stuff. Then again, I'm not surprised you have like two charisma casters, and even the druid has diplomacy. So,
Even the barbarian has
yeah,
diplomacy.
even the barbarian, like she has. I think the only person who doesn't have diplomacy is Grex.
Yep.
So yeah, you are making more progress. In fact, like you don't get her to the next influence yet, but she does. Kind of like looking at your group and the ones of you she has interacted with. She says she would be definitely interested in kind of tagging along with your group if you guys will allow it.
Oh wow.
So there's that. And we'll go to Celine.
Okay, who is the one that wants to go with us?
The bard.
Fired. Hmm. I don't know if I should roll and ruin it.
I mean, at this point, I'm not really sure you can. Also, each
Okay.
of them have their own. For each one of them, it's called something they're resistant to and something that they have a weakness to. That can give you either a bonus or a negative depending on how you choose to go about it. Um, it's just unfortunate that the guy you picked and the roles you had kind of line up perfectly with everything he doesn't like.
Of course.
So
I assume that's what the learning the
yeah,
is what
there's
makes
there's a reason why it's called discover and influence and not just called influence. Because if you spend 3 turns trying to influence somebody, but you're picking the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing every time, you're getting nowhere. Whereas had you just used a turn to discover, you might have been better off.
Well, that's what I did.
I mean,
I
you
went to
also
the
you also
castle
you also rolled, yeah,
really badly.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can try to talk to Lindsay. You could talk to Amiri. You could even kind of talk to Jathal over there, or Valerie down here. It's kind of it really is up to you. Like just because the tokens are seated like they are, it doesn't mean that those are the only people you can talk to. You're still free
How
to.
is Jathal feeling about us?
I mean, you can see from the little thing on her thing. She seems friendly. It took some work. In fact, almost everyone that you guys have been talking to seems to have, a friendlier disposition, with the exception of and Valerie looks like she's getting closer. She's not there yet, but she's definitely her and Grax are talking about crocodile wrestling and all this other stuff, and she seems into the conversation. The only exception's kind of Tartuccio there, who's kind of just he ate a little bit of the food and is just kind of sitting there like almost like a pouting kid with his arms crossed, and trying to look at anywhere in the room but at you guys so that you hopefully don't talk to him again.
Like, when are you leaving to die so I can take over?
I mean, that sounds like something he would say to
That type,
you.
type of look? Yeah.
Dang, you want to go with that? You want to try again? I'll give you a bonus for that. He'd actually like that.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Intimidation for that one if you're going to try to be.
Sure.
Take him over your knee and
Can't get any
spank him.
worse.
You know.
Food fight.
All right. So when you say that to him, he kind of lowers his head and like looks at you again. Like almost like he's giving you like a second, appraisal. Um, when you finally toughen up a little bit. And he kind of like, gives you like a little nod and you almost see like the start of like a smile kind of tugging at his lips. It never quite gets there, but you definitely made the first little bit of progress there.
Loving.
And you finally rolled something worth rolling,
Oh, that's good.
right?
Okay.
All right. Rezi.
Hmm. Gonna do discovery on Amiri to, because I mean, I have a feeling that based on the reaction to athletics, that's what she's most interested in. But just wanting to see if, like, kind of discover a little bit.
All right, so you want to discover? Okay, just making sure Grax got back in. I didn't see his message till right now.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right. So for discovery, you can try kind of perception, just like watcher mannerisms and other things, society or warfare lore. Um, so you do. Um, you get a sense that. Which of these would be? Yeah, we'll go with that. You get a sense that when you first sat down, um, she kind of wasn't taking you seriously, just kind of based on your size. Not that you're like super small because you are the bigger goblin. Um,
I mean, it's still a small
yeah, yeah,
creature.
yeah. But that you being another kind of strong female personality, um, has kind of been helping your attempts to impress her. So,
Okay. All right. Good to know.
all right, yep. Which, interestingly enough, because you're small, you had a -2 penalty. But because then you kind of present a strong female personality, you got a +2 bonus. So you've kind of just been zeroed out, which is still, I mean, hey, it's better than a penalty, right?
Right. It is better than a penalty.
Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah. We'll go to Grex.
Yeah. Oh, and Rezi's just like been devouring the boar portion that she got.
Yeah, I mean, and they'll bring you more. It is a banquet. Refilling drinks, asking if people want seconds. Um, I imagine poor cinnamon there. They cut like a teeny piece, and it's still huge. Um, so
Oh, come on. I could eat more than that.
I mean, then they'll keep bringing you more teeny pieces that are like as big as you are, which is still small compared to anyone else. But um, all right, Grax, you're so close.
He devours the portion of boar he had.
All right.
um,
Rezi will high
kind of.
five Grax.
He identifies her. Kind of confused at that, but
He just goes with it.
um, I want to learn more about her. So discovery.
All right, so you can kind of do like a perception to just watch her general mannerisms and stuff like that. I don't think you have society or warfare lore, so I think it's probably going to be a perception, blind perception.
Okay.
All right, so that's a pretty good roll. So yeah, you kind of get the sense, kind of just based on the conversation you've had with her and everything else, and just kind of she's presenting herself, that she is very much into kind of the concept of like honor and lawfulness. And you kind of talking about your first hunt, and you seem like even though you're obviously kind of out of place here, you kind of line up despite being a lizard man. Um, with this what she would consider like honorable and whatnot.
Yeah,
And
he
y-
seems pretty honorable
yeah, and
himself,
and
so
just
he's
like
like,
kind of talking about stuff like that seems to be like kind of making the biggest impression on her. So any stories you have that for next turn or then in the final turn after, that kind of present you in an honorable light will definitely go a long ways towards helping build up some influence with her.
okay.
All right, and she's just gonna go with what's been working. Still just talking about weapons and dueling and feigning interest in Grotus. And we'll just keep the roll. It doesn't really matter too much. Does that beat his? Actually, that one's gonna fall a little short. He kind of gets bored of it and starts going back to his usual talks about dueling weapons. None of it matters when the world ends, when we're swallowed whole, and he's something. He's not an asshole, but he's something. And start of round 5. 2 rounds left. This one and the following. This is the round during this. They're going to start kind of cleaning up, taking away plates of boar and whatnot, and starting to take people's dessert orders. Um, what did they have for dessert? Let's check here real quick.
How about a nice sponge cake?
Um, yeah, I mean they have that pastries, stuff like that, and also a fine selection of cheeses. Fair.
Fried beetles, please.
That one they might not have, but you seem like you like the fruit juice, so they've got some ideas. And Ramornia.
Um, I think at this point she's gonna try and get her to talk.
Okay.
Um, what would I need to roll for
I
that?
mean,
To try
it's
and get
it's
her
it's still
talking?
like influence or discover. If you want to persuade her to talk, it'll be diplomacy. To try to get her to talk a bit more about herself.
Yeah, I'm gonna try diplomacy
All right, give me a
this time.
blind diplomacy. And you guys were having a decent enough conversation, and you keep trying to kind of bring it back around to her, to get more out of it. But you find that she's kind of very good at deflecting, and redirecting the questions you ask. Um, Usually to Lindsay or the crazy dwarf guy, who will usually respond to whatever you're saying after it's kind of misdirected to him with just more kind of end of the world crazy. Well, maybe it's crazy nonsense. Um, but yeah, you don't really gain anything from it, unfortunately. She doesn't seem to like to talk about herself.
Okay.
You were close though. You barely missed the DC, but so you did roll better. It just fell a little short.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go to Cinnamon. Cinnamon, what are you doing?
Cinnamon's probably very happy that it's dessert time. Her eyes were widening at all the selections, and what about this person down here?
Yeah, I mean, between meals, you can definitely fly down there and try to help Grax build that up.
Just kind of wander, or I don't know if it's impolite to walk along the table over.
Everyone's just kind of feasting and having a good time anyway. And it's not like you're that far away, so yeah, you can definitely go down there to try to help there. Um, Things you could potentially try is diplomacy, standard, warfare, lore, society, deception, intimidation. Um, you know that she does. Well, actually, you wouldn't necessarily know, but yeah, Grax knows, and I don't necessarily know that he can tell you guys in a non-awkward way, but yeah, I assume you'll probably want to try just some diplomacy. Like, what do you want to say to her?
Mhm.
What's your
Well, she'll probably just go over to Drax and her and be like, "How are you guys doing? Hey, Grax." And she'll be like, "Who's your new friend?"
All right, so yeah, give me some diplomacy. Blind diplomacy. Let me check this here. It does get it there. And finally, she gets to friendly one. Um, she actually seems kind of really curious about your kind of group. Like asking questions like, how did you guys even you have three elves, a goblin, a sprite, and a lizard man. Like, how did this even happen? You guys will kind of chat a bit about that, but she definitely seems interested in the conversation, having kind of opened up a bit to you guys.
Well, we met all thanks to me.
All right.
And she'll just be overselling it a bit.
All right. We'll go to Celine.
Ooh,
2 rounds left. 2 chances. What do you do?
let me go after Mr.
Dang, you're determined.
Asshole.
You're determined. All right. Standard stuff. Do you want to try like in an intimidating manner again? You want to try to sound more.
It's too intimidating.
All right. You try to assert your own kind of fallen noble dominance. You
He's
know,
into that.
when you started talking shit, he definitely seemed more interested than when you were trying to be polite. So,
How about something like, you probably better pray that we don't succeed. Because when we do, the first thing that we will do is tear down whatever dream you might have.
damn, that's dark. All right.
And here we go.
Wow, you're rolling. Okay. So he definitely seems like he got a little bit um friendlier. Um
What the hell? What is wrong with this guy?
I mean he's
Ay,
he's
vey.
he's a weird guy. Um
The kind of guy that likes to be insulted.
let me do something
Am I
here.
gonna have to dom him?
I'm going here.
Sounds like it.
That's what he
Get
wants.
the whip
yeah.
out?
All right.
Where's the handcuffs?
All right, but yeah, he definitely kind of
Shackles.
gives you another nod. In fact, he seems to like actually paying attention to what you're saying and has stopped belittling people at least for the time being. Um, and we will go to Rezi.
Rezi will try and hide a little smile, just seeing that. Still focused on Amiri, and um, will, um, as they've kind of gone through kind of like their exploits and whatnot, um, she'll start talking about like stuff that she's heard that's out in the stolen lands. And she's like, not sure if it's true, but kind of heard. And we'll kind of be like starting to devise like friendly rivalry, like competitions for them. Like, obviously the first one is, Rezi's got to go take a giant's weapon, but, just like, who can do the most awesome thing first, and like kind of starting to like set up a friendly competition and just like focusing on like kind of the athletic stuff, but also kind of also like being like yeah like the her and Amir are going to be the two strongest people out there, so it's really about figuring out what the competition will be between them.
All right, so yeah, give me. Since you want to set individual challenges out in the stolen lands, go with survival for this one if you have it.
I do.
So you guys can maybe try to come, pair
Oh,
some notes.
well,
Um, that's
why
fine.
is this not why is this not rolling?
Yeah, you have the little check bar or the little drop down when
Yeah,
you.
I swear I clicked on it. It was like it's the second time.
Who knows? It could be
Yeah,
possessed too.
I'm gonna refresh, but yes.
Yeah, and she definitely seems into the idea of trying to set little things up. And she says once you've claimed your giant's weapon, she'd definitely be interested in once you guys get like a better idea of places that you guys can both challenge. She's definitely interested in doing that. And you have made some more progress. Not enough to raise it yet, but you're getting closer. And yeah, what else? Are you gonna say anything?
No.
Okay,
I refreshed it to see when
gotcha.
I can get that.
All right, Grax.
Uh, Grax will tell a story.
Okay, okay.
Is my hatch brother. I was teaching him how to track when we heard sounds of battle. They went to see what I went to see what was happening, and there was a large number of dead, slaughtering my tribe. The sacred tree was on fire. They were killing any of us they saw, including the women and children. Even our elders had no chance against them. As we watched, a skeleton warrior came out and slashed at my brother. I destroyed that one, but my brother was wounded. So I made a choice. I grabbed my younger brother and fled from the village, seeing the tree burning and family slaughtered. After a few miles away, we stopped. My brother was bleeding heavily. I gripped my brother in my arms, trying to patch the wounds with what I had, but it was too deep. There was little I could do to stop it. He died, and for a few hours I stayed with him. And then I went back to my home. There was huts that were smoldering, as was the tree. No one was alive. I took time and buried the bodies under the willow, and I said a prayer to myself. And he just kind of looks down and grunts.
All right. Um, go with nature, medicine, performance. Any of those will work. It's a bit
I'll
of,
go with medicine.
kind of talking up your medicinal stuff. Um,
Oh, what?
dang, you guys are
Huh.
not rolling private at all.
I clicked the thingy.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes it's, I don't know. That's fine.
Temperamental.
Um,
Yeah, I clicked it.
yeah, and you are definitely making more progress. She's not quite there yet either, but you can definitely see she is getting, kind of more friendly with each, kind of conversation and engagement you guys have. So you're getting close. There's a couple of them that are getting right kind of on that edge. Um, and she's gonna try it again. She's gonna feign interest in Grotus. Tell me more of your weird emo stuff. And of course she would roll good on that. So he is into it, and she's just like motherfucker.
Be
Uh,
like, is this over yet?
I know, like maybe even he notices that she said it, but she didn't actually care. But since someone expressed interest, he is going to deliver a lecture for the 20 minutes where she can't even get a word in. But he seems pretty satisfied though. So, and then last round of things going down. Ramornia.
Um,
Can you roll another nat one?
right. Um, yeah, she'll try one more time to continue the conversation with this person, and we'll see what happens. We're gonna do diplomacy again.
All right. Well, I can tell you one thing. It wasn't a nat one, but it was pretty far from a two-digit number. Um, damn you. Your rolls are. Let's just hope that doesn't carry over into the later part of the session here. But yeah, I mean, you're still trying to get her to talk about herself, but she's just not. She's feeling more comfortable, but she's still just not quite that comfortable yet. So we'll go from there to Cinnamon.
Um, I think I was at the other end of the table listening to Grax's intense story. She probably just leaves that end of the table kind of like surprised, like, whoa. And she will.
I will say, and it is a little meta knowledge, but I think it's okay. Um, Heron here, the dwarf guy, Jathal, let me check. Miri and Valerie are all four really close to going up.
It wasn't she the also you mentioned close to going up?
No, she did. She's already at helpful. Like
Oh, I
she.
thought there was.
No, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah, Lindsay was easy.
You guys got her to 4 influence really quick, and she's been at 4. But her next gain is quite a bit higher.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's a little meta knowledge, but I don't think it's that bad. It's just so you guys hopefully kind of focus, because you do have 4 people that are close. One person that's interested but still not as close as the others, and then one that you've already put in quite a bit of work on. So, use with that information what you will, preferably well.
Um, well, she's already greeted this person. I think she'll go on to this one.
All right, so you're gonna go talk to the barbarian lady.
And she'll be like, "Oh, hi, Rizzy," and "Oh, who is your new friend?"
Resi's just kind of all smiles, like, this is Amiri.
All right. So how do you want to try to impress her, Cinnamon? Do you want to put forth a display of athleticism?
And yeah, and she'll
I was thinking of doing something acrobatic, like doing some short flight and then a flip.
Okay, you can certainly try that. I'll allow it.
Just to try to be impressive.
I'll say it's athletic adjacent. Showing off your dexterity.
But it can be an acro roll.
Yeah, I'll let you roll acrobatics for it.
Okay, she will try to do her
Try to
trick.
do some flying flips.
Hmm.
I mean, you can fly in little bursts. Um, and you get the feeling when you first start doing it that she's almost ready to kind of just dismiss you um, outright. But then you actually do start managing to pull off some kind of crazy stuff. You fly a little bit off the ground and do like 3 backflips and a somersault, and then kind of like stick the landing.
A barrel roll.
And you can tell even she's like kind of impressed. Like, dang, all right, that's actually that's kind of impressive. And she will actually go to helpful.
And Cinnamon will just stick her landing on the table and put her hands up.
Yep. Says, wow, you know some interesting people, Resi.
Resi nods and is like, yeah, and she kind of leaned over with her. It's like, apparently she's a druid, so that means like not only can she do that, but she's got some wicked magic.
She kind of nods her head. She's like, oh, okay. And yeah, progress is being made all around. We'll go to Celine. Will Celine try to influence someone useful, or will she continue hoping for a nat 20 to maybe get to friendly?
I'm having fun insulting him.
All right.
What can I say?
All right.
He flips the table.
Do you?
Look here,
All right.
you
So you're gonna
goofy
go
boy.
for some more intimidation.
Yes, I am.
I mean, you are a charisma based class.
Tell him to kneel.
Wow. I don't
Damn
think
it.
we've gotten
So-
that far in our
I
relationship.
mean, he's a gnome, so he's already short for things and stuff. Continue.
Okay, so he's already explained what he stands to gain from our loss, correct?
I mean, he just, everyone here, he's fairly confident is going to go into the Stolen Lands, die horribly. He'll succeed, he'll found the kingdom, he'll get the support, he will go on to become a legendary ruler, while the rest of you guys are rotting in the forest or in a ditch somewhere.
Mm. So what happens if we do succeed and you do fail?
All right.
What are your options?
Says, well, I'm still a noble, rich, good looking, powerful.
Okay.
Yeah, in
Not
fact,
imagining.
I rebuked what you said before I saw the roll, but yeah, that's kind of what he would say completely unfazed. You and Ramornia have some of the worst rolls I've seen in a while.
Can I roll?
Like, it's not,
20
you didn't get a nat,
20s?
you didn't get a nat 1, but you have the number of like 4s, 5 and 6s you've rolled is insane, and the number of nat 1s, 2s and 3s she's rolled is also insane.
Can I roll 20 d20s?
Go ahead.
Please.
I mean, sometimes just got to clear out the rolls because I don't know. Like, it's crazy. Like, I think Cinnamon, Resi are both rolling really high overall. It'll definitely balance out later. Grax, I think you're sitting right at the norm. Ariel's sitting right at the norm. And you two are sitting low. They're both sitting high, and everyone else is around where they should be.
Okay, so I did get some double digits into those. So that's good.
Yeah, you had a nat 20. You didn't have any nat ones in there. But yeah, he
Yes,
kind of,
okay. I'll take it.
you say that, but he's honestly very quick to rebuke what you say, and then kind of just looks off put again. Um, Kind of turning his attention up towards the front of the thing, since dessert is currently being served and everything else. Like he's waiting for kind of the Lady Jamondi's closing speech, and we will go to Rezi.
Rezi will kind of smile to Cinnamon and kind of looks over to Valerie. She's kind of been like sort of keeping track of the conversation, and um, she'll kind of um, start chatting with her a little bit, and talking about um, like how she's like super happy to to prove herself, but also to like help do this for Restov. Like this is a really big deal. That that everyone's kind of getting together to do this um, for the lady, and kind of leaning into that a little bit, but also kind of I was like it's like equal parts, like she's like pretty sure of her abilities, but also like um, kind of leaning into like the that this is sort of the right thing to do.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be diplomacy or athletics at that point, or what
Um,
you think.
let's go with diplomacy. Let's mix it up because she's probably heard some of your conversations too. Um,
All right, so I'm double checking.
she wants to see, there's more to you than just brawn. If there's a little extra something in there. Um, and yeah, she listens to what you're saying. You guys have a little bit of a conversation with Grax as well. Just kind of talking um, about backgrounds, goals, other things. Um, she'll actually let you guys know that she is actually a noble herself, um, but didn't really agree with the lifestyle or the choices that were being made for her. Um, in that, so she kind of, left it all behind um, to kind of do some adventuring and, try to find, um, herself. Um, and yeah. No, dude, she's like right there. She's one away now. One
All right,
away.
Grax, bring it home.
One away. All right, Grax, no pressure, but it's all on you now.
Hmm. Well, um, after like going over a little my backstory and stuff, I asked her what is her biggest accomplishment.
Okay, so you want to maybe like
And
schmooze a little
yeah,
bit?
yeah,
Okay,
you know,
let's go with diplomacy. You and her are honestly pretty friendly already, so the DC is going to be much lower than it would be. I don't think you're trained, but
nope.
you've been rolling pretty well, and you do still have a hero point. So,
That
um,
is true. Okay, so I definitely put it on private roll.
okay. Yeah, looks like you rolled private that
Uh,
time. And you won't even need to use the hero point. Rolled pretty well again. Um, And yeah, she, um, like I said, you three have kind of all been chatting anyway. And she did share a little bit about her own backstory since you shared some of yours, but she'll kind of go on to elaborate a bit more that, she was at one point kind of training to be a champion of Shaylin, and you can tell she gets slightly uncomfortable as she's debating like how much to say, but something happened that kind of turned me away from that religion, and well, I don't regret my choices. It's led me here, and it'll continue leading me into the future. And you guys will actually get her to helpful as well.
Okay.
Man, some of you guys are carrying with crazy rolls. It's actually kind of wild. Anima was talking about. It's probably though because I'm guessing like this group has a lot of characters with charisma, whether intimidation, diplomacy, or other stuff. In fact, I think everyone here is trained in something except for Grax. Like she has diplomacy and intimidation. Remornia, I think, has at least those two, and deception. So this is just a very persuasive party right here. Um,
I definitely chose to avoid those skills.
all right, so there's one person left and two people that are right there. What are you guys thinking? Do you want the
Uh,
crazy emo dwarf, or do you want the undead elf who's also a little emo?
Maybe the
I'll go
dwarf.
elf. I vote emo
Yeah,
elf.
mix it up a little bit.
All right, we're taking votes here. What do you guys? What do the rest of you think? We have one. It's 1-1. Remornia, what's your vote?
Dwarf.
No, it doesn't matter.
Remornia, you have to vote.
Um,
You also need to talk into your mic.
I am.
There you go. Now you are.
Um, it doesn't really matter, but if I have to vote the elf,
Yeah, you have to vote. What is it? If you said it, I think I missed it. Sorry.
I said if I have to vote the elf,
Okay. Cinnamon voted dwarf. Resi voted elf. Celine, what are you thinking?
I went with the dwarf.
So 2-2. Grax.
I think the dwarf is possibly funnier. So
All right. Now keep in mind, the dwarf is not trying to be funny.
I know that's
He
what's funny.
genuinely believes that all hell is gonna break loose. And like, go read about Grotus. It's something. All right.
Yeah.
She is going to try to persuade the dwarf. I didn't roll her private, so you'll all see it. Looks like you guys don't get either one.
Shucks.
Yeah,
Guess
she's
we'll
better at
just wait.
intimidation. You should have probably let her intimidate the elf. Um, but it's okay.
Use the hero point.
I don't have hero points. All right, but so kind of at the end, dessert has been doled out, including some Dole Whip floats. Um, everyone's feeling pretty good about that. Um, eventually, kind of Lady Jamandi will rise up at the front again. And Tartuccio, you can kind of hear him whisper, "Finally, I was getting sick and tired of dealing with all of these morons." And she says, "My friends, I hope you've enjoyed the food and drink this evening." And
Was that all poison? Oh, I'm sorry.
everyone, everyone in here is kind of, rounds of cheer and enthusiastic, tapping of several dozen mugs and goblets against the table. And it actually takes, the better part of probably 10, 15 seconds for the room to go quiet again. And she kind of has this broad smile on her face. And she says, "You all honor me, truly. But this night is for you. as heroes who have responded to my call. I can't wait to hear tales of your exploits in the weeks and months to come. Tomorrow I shall speak with you all about your individual charters. I suspect it will be a busy day, so I suggest we make an early evening of it. After all, you have kingdoms to plan. And again, it's kind of like another, round of cheers and, tappings of mugs against the table. Um, you even hear a couple of the glasses, maybe shatter from some over enthusiastic, um, you know, handling. And she kind of,
Gra-
oh, go ahead.
Grax sees someone slam their glass on the table enthusiastically, and he does the same
Well,
thing to
luckily for
break it.
you, they gave you like a wooden mug for your juice. You weren't drinking wine, so you're
Okay.
good. You're good. Um, but yeah, she'll kind of hold her arms out, pointing towards the east and west, and she'll say, "Of course, I've arranged bed chambers for you all. My guards will escort you there now. I hope you find them restful. And if you are going to set out into the storm tonight, if you have lodgings in town, then just make sure you're back bright and early in the morning." And with that, her and the other gentleman who will just offer a bow will kind of head um, back through those doors there. And these heavily armored guys here that look, these guys here, you get the impression they've seen some shit. Just kind of based on the shape that their armor's in, dents, scuffs, and everything else. All of them kind of carry themselves, in how you'd expect a seasoned warrior um, to kind of behave. And this other gentleman who was sitting at their table will actually, oh no, he's with them. It's this guy here, who's actually going to come over and do like a quick introduction. Um, Let me show you this gentleman here. Can I show his? Can I show his picture? Will it even let me? What the hell? One second here. Technical difficulties. There we go.
Is it John Travolta?
No, I didn't pick any of these tokens. These came with the module. But he will introduce himself as Magar Varn. Kind of give you all a bow. He says, "I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to come over here and talk with you all, but I did overhear some of your conversations. I look forward to maybe getting to speak with you guys again in the future once we've all gotten out there and got our kingdoms established. Varnhold could definitely use allies and trade partners, so yeah, he'll kind of, go down and introduce himself, as I said, to all of you. Magar Varn. I'm kind of hitting you with the salesman pitch. And then with a wave, he'll kind of head off into the rainy night towards town. A lot of people, for the most part, stay. The guards kind of leading people to the eastern and western halls, presumably where there are guest rooms. Eventually leading you guys out into the east hallway as well. Um, and they'll lead you to a room. Let me give you a description here, real quick. One sec. It'll actually be a pair of rooms because there's quite a few of you guys. But they are connected with like a kind of like suite door between them. If this map will load for me, we'll see. So the room itself has 4 beds, a dresser. There's an oil lamp attached to the kind of center of the south wall, and a couple potted plants, around the room. A decorative brass brazier forged to resemble a sleeping red dragon. And for the most part, the kind of 2 rooms are mostly identical. And once this map loads for me, it's stuck at 98%. We'll get you guys put over there. But if there's anything you guys want to talk about while you're heading over, now's the time.
Uh, Resi is probably just after like the talk of that guy having already picked a name for his kingdom and all of that. He's like, it's like it sounds like some people might already have some ideas. We probably should at some point soon, if we survive that long, but I'm sure we will. But we should probably start thinking of what we want to call our kingdom.
Why, I think you mean the Kingdom of Cinnamon.
Wait, are we sharing the kingdom?
Yeah.
I mean,
And she just kind of looks left to right really quick.
well, I mean, from what I've read, like kingdoms are run by lots of different people. So, but
So we're all lords and ladies, is what
uh,
you're saying.
well, I mean, if we survive long enough to get some land, then yeah, it definitely would be. But no one's gonna take us seriously if we don't have like a name for it. And you know, Kingdom of Cinnamon makes it kind of sound like like everything will be made of cinnamon. Like the like everyone will come over there to to expecting to find like the only thing we grow is cinnamon.
Doesn't sound like a problem.
She kind of pauses for a moment. She's like, "Oh, I guess cinnamon really does go good on everything. It's just really hard to eat by itself. I tried that once, and I, I was like, it's very dry, and I ended up coughing it up a lot of it. But it goes good on meat. It goes good on goes good in beverages. She starts like kind of listing off all the things that cinnamon goes well with. Like she's very easily distracted.
Well, I guess I'd be open to a cool name if someone can come up with one.
She kind of brought back around. It's like, oh right, well yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. It's like we should probably like obviously we need to get claim some land first, but we should. But by the time we do, we should probably pick one out, as well as the kind of the roles that we're all gonna have. She just kind of like nods, but like she's not like any expecting any like decisions tonight, but is just kind of bringing it up.
Well, if something can beat my name, I'm open for it.
And yeah, as you guys are kind of the guard will get your group and lead you guys to the eastern chamber. A lot of your friends get led in that direction as well. They do kind of break you guys off to put you in different rooms. Tartukio seems to have, or at least he's tried to kind of grab most of the people you just met and tried to recruit them into his own party. And most of them seem a little reluctant, but they say, especially the ones that you guys got too helpful. We'll see you in the morning and we'll see what happens. And yeah, so they will. Do I have everyone on this map? I do. Okay. And we preloaded. So yeah, you guys will kind of settle in for the night. Spend a little bit of time, talking about your potential kingdom and names, the kingdom of cinnamon and others, um, cinnamon and stuff, um, stuff like that. And eventually, you guys all kind of settle in to sleep. Um, Somewhere, or at least a few hours later, you hear something.
What was that?
Sounds like swords being crossed.
Goodness. Couldn't get through one night, could we?
Resi kind of rubbing the sleep out of her eyes. And
Rex immediately gets up and goes to the door.
Let me pull you guys over here. And yeah, you guys are all, waking up in your rooms. Um,
Someone slayed in our room.
no, but you definitely heard the sounds of pretty much what you heard coming from somewhere out in the
Hallway?
the foyer hallway out front. Yeah.
Brax, take a look.
I'll throw a roll
And
die.
yeah, you guys, like I said, you are in
I
separate
can't see
rooms.
much.
There should be a door here. You can't see it. You should be able to move. Why can't you move? You move just fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They did put all the elves and the fairy in one room and the other two in the other room. All right, so damn, you guys are charging right out into the hallway. Okay, so that'll make things even faster. Thank you. Um,
I look
Yeah.
for Resi.
give me a second here to pause this because someone got
Okay.
themselves immediately flanked. And that's why you don't fly into the hallway as squishy
Oh,
casters. But
Guys.
No.
like you heard someone die in the next room, and your response was to immediately run out of the room in the dark. To guys that are stealthing around.
Oops.
Yep. Well,
Wait,
lesson learned.
did we both get ourselves?
You both charged out of the room.
What?
I paused it and then moved the tokens. That is where they were supposed to be, so that is kind of. So what we'll do is we'll go to initiative.
And something I assume for those of us that do wear armor.
You
Is that-
are unarmored currently, so you can unequip your
Okay.
armor.
Okay, good to know.
I don't have any anyway.
Yeah, she has to take hers off as well. Not that it changes much. She's dex based.
Okay, that didn't help much.
All right, let me add her to the turn list. Well, this is gonna be a clusterfuck with how this happened, but we're gonna run with it. We're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. Resi had gone to the window to kind of look out to make sure, and kind of looks back at Grax. I was like, I don't see anything outside, but something this might be something in the hall.
All right, so
Mods.
give me 1 second here. Technically, those guys, should I? You do hear other people moving around. I will say that much. They rolled kind of bad, so I'm actually just gonna. What the hell happened there? That was weird. Okay, his token did not appear. That's strange. 1 second, we're having technical difficulties. Let me try pasting it. No? Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna refresh. I can't unstealth the other tokens for unknown reason. And I can't copy paste tokens either for unknown reasons. So I'm gonna try to just restart mine.
Kind of buggy.
Yeah, I mean it happens sometimes. A bunch of modules did
Yeah,
update
yeah.
earlier, so
Yeah, Foundry's good, but once in a while.
yeah, it's like the standard. Everything's got bugs at this point. I don't think there's any real way around it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Did they? They still didn't appear, did they? All right, let me try to just drag them from the other thing because this is getting a little insane, actually. All right, what are they under? Right here. Can I drag him that way? Hey, that worked. That's so weird. All right. That's the last one who would not come out of stealth for unknown reasons. His stealth token's still there too, so that's fun. And we'll start. All right, Cinnamon. You saw your friends run out. You saw Celine run out the door and to the left.
Like idiots.
And then you saw this guy kind of sneak between there. What do you want to do, Cinnamon? You can kind of see.
Um. First, I'm gonna turn down that fight music a little bit. So I'm small. I figure I can fly through.
I mean, you can always walk through
California.
allies. You just can't stop.
Okay.
Assuming
Wait,
these
there's a guy
guys.
right here.
How did he end up there? What? It pasted all of them in that room.
Oh shit!
There's
Hold
three of them.
on.
They're not there. That wasn't. I was
Okay.
pasting here, and it put him up there a million times.
Uh,
That was an interesting bug, to be honest. I've never seen that one before.
uh,
How'd they get in here? Ah!
Yeah, no, even I was confused by that one. So, all right,
You
Cinnamon.
were so ninja.
I can't move. It's paused.
Oh, there we go.
No. Move through. Here.
Got nice
Boink.
polished marble floors, several potted plants, tapestries, and dead bodies.
I'll see the violent looking dudes. And she will.
Well, let me show you these guys. You see their thug life tattoos? Their
Oh.
black tier tattoos right there?
Oh my. She will cast electric arc.
All right. You want to hit these two dudes, I assume?
Yeah.
All right. So what you can do is target one with T and then target the other one with T. It should let you target both. Or you might have to hold shift to target a second one.
Oh,
Yeah, try
okay.
going over there and hold shift and T. There is a way to do it, but I forget the key. Yeah, there you go.
Shift and T.
Yeah, all right. So now link the spell to me. Go so that you're casting it, and we can have them roll their saves.
Oh, my lights just flickered.
That's not good. Well, tell the power to stop.
Yeah.
You're going to have to dom the power like Tartuccio. All right, so there's one. Oh, shit, he got a nat fucking 20. My rolls are on point.
Oh no.
And the other one got a fucking 2, so we have one failure and one success. Roll me some damage.
Well, at least one succeeded.
Well, no. You want failures. Failure means that they take the damage. The crit success means he takes nothing.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I meant that. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, go ahead and roll me that damage button. As you shoot some lightning. Look at that. Like a cool little animation where it actually jumps to the other token. Alright, so this guy will avoid the damage entirely. That guy there will take some damage. Did you hear him scream from our voice mod we put in?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alright, so that
Supper.
is Cinnamon's turn. Let me actually make my little tracker a little bigger. There's a lot of you dudes on this one. There we go. Alright, so that's Cinnamon. We'll go to Grax. Grax, it is one action to open the door. Since your friends ran out so damn fast.
Yeah. I hear some combat outside. I immediately open the door.
Yep. 2 actions. You are a monk, though, so you have Flurry of Blows. You still get to make a double attack for 1 action.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're still good.
Um,
So open the door, step out.
I see these 2 men flanking me, and I immediately first. How many actions do I have?
You have
2 more?
one. No, you have 1 left. Opening the
Oh,
door
one
was
left.
1, and moving was 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
I'll make my
Camera.
flurry of blows.
Yep. All right. Who do you want to target?
One. Let's see if both hit the same creature combined.
Yeah, I think you can. I think you can hit 2 different people. It's just if
I'm
they both hit
using
the same
my-
one, it'll.
I claw the first one,
Okay.
and the one on my other side, I tail.
All right.
whip
Yeah.
him.
So click the whichever one you want to attack first. Target him. Do the first one at your full map, and then do your tail at your second map. All right. So the first one, you were targeting yourself, but it still hits him. His AC is under that. So. All right. So, left guy first.
Yeah.
All right. So he will take 7 points of damage. So target the other guy. Mouse over him T, and then give me a tail.
Oh man.
Oh shit! All right. So I mean, you still laid some damage down on one.
Yep.
Didn't get the other one, and we will progress to this gentleman down here who is going to run over and make a dagger strike at the druid. Yeah. I like that.
Oh,
And we'll hit you for 6 points of damage.
ouch.
And then he will. All right, did you hear a little squeak again? He'll also make a second attack. And we'll also get a nat 1. Jeez. All right, moving on. Rezi.
Alright. So Rezi is going to tumble through.
All right, that's what I want to see.
So, because she's trying to go to here, and then
Do you have enough movement
this
to
way.
tumble through?
Yeah, because it's 1, 2, 3.
Well, it's
4,
going to be,
5.
it's double to get through him, though, even on a tumble through.
Hmm.
You have to treat it as difficult terrain, even if you succeed on
Oh.
the thing. I think it's going to take you 2
Okay.
actions to get through, because I think you're going to have to move there and then tumble through.
Okay.
So yeah, give me,
Uh.
target him and give me a tumble through. Why isn't my left-click token release working either? Help! Oh, there it went. I had to scream at it. Yep, you tumble through.
Alright, and then and she's got her maul out. So like as she's tumbling through, she's like already just swinging this super large maul, like she's lining up a golf shot.
Okay. Oh no, I didn't get to snooze the ad. That's gonna crit.
Nice.
Give me some big crit damage before the ad. Oh shit.
Birdie.
There you go. Holy smokes.
Grax, you barely catch sight of this happening just in time to turn around and watch this poor guy's corpse go sailing over your head and kind of smash against the wall here, probably before crumpling into the ground.
Yeah. And then as a free action, just because I forgot to do it before, but the free action, she goes into a rage. It's like, you've messed up now. Like, it's just yelling in Goblin, so probably no one understands her, but like, like, you messed up now. You're gonna be crying more tears than you're wearing by the time the night's through.
Dang.
Grax kind of gives her a thumbs up.
That clearly gets. I mean, he's dead, so, but, you know. All right,
Yeah, that's
Remornia. You have 2 dudes on either side of you, and neither one of them are decent looking.
Yeah. Is it an action to summon Braun?
It's actually 3. You know what? I will say, I assume once you got to the room, you'd probably call him out anyway. Seems
Yeah,
like
you
you guys
did.
are kind of close, unlike maybe some other people. We'll put him there.
Okay. So it's gonna be an action for him to move, correct?
Yep. So you have a thing, I don't know how familiar you are with Summoner, but you have a thing called Act Together. And what that does is you both take an action, and you get one action kind of free for it. So, like, for example, if you use Act Together, you could, for example, cast Boost Eidolon on Braun, and he could move. His move would be free, and you would just be out the Boost Eidolon, which is also a 1 action thing. So you would still have 2 actions left to boost him and have him move.
Okay. So yeah, I would want to do that.
All right, so go ahead and cast Boost Eidolon for me. Just link it to the chat at the cast button. So drag the spell effect, put it, from the chat window, drop it onto Braun there. Should let you, where it says spell effect boost. There you go. And now move him, and this will be just your first action. Yeah, there's walls. You have to move around the long way. No, you're gonna have to move down
I'm
first.
gonna have to.
Yeah, or
Okay,
just
I
use the
have to
arrow
do that.
keys. Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing is you can place kind of waypoints to do like a move where it moves down, over, and up automatically, but we'll get into that eventually. All right, so you have flanking. Now you have 2 actions left. What do you want to do?
I am going to. I'm going to do electric arc as well on both guys.
Okay. So yeah, target one, and then shift target the other. Link that spell. All right. We'll have the first guy roll his save. Let's see what he does. You can hit the roll damage button for me anyway, and we'll apply damage accordingly. They both roll succeed, so they'll both take half damage. So go ahead and roll me some damage. Not bad. You still land some damage on both. Oh. Oh no. Damn, he made his death gurgle. I like that mod. Alright, and that will be your turn. Used act together. Gave you the 2 actions for 1. And then your other 2 action was to cast Electric Arc. Go to this gentleman over here. He really does not like being flanked. Alright, get off my screen up next. Jesus Christ, I know. I'm going to have to do something with that mod too. He's going to take his first stab at Celine and miss horribly, at which point he's going to come around with his other dagger at Grax. Will land a hit. Stab you for 5 points of damage. I assume that's supposed to be... 1 second here. Actually, I don't even think they're trained in it, so I don't think they can do it. Let's see here. Who's he gonna YOLO the hit on? He's gonna take his last desperation swing at you again, Grax. He hit you once. He feels confident he can maybe do it again. He can't.
Nope.
All right. Oh, I see. I see why that's happening. 1 second here. Let's just do that. That'll be a little bit better. Oh, we're in measure. It's 5, 10. She'll move there. Oops, I think I may have moved.
You move me.
Yeah, don't worry. We got you back. We got you. We got you back in place. She will attempt to demoralize that guy. And she will apply frightened. Get panache, and I think it's safe to assume everyone pulled out their weapons during the death gurgle before Celine ran into the hallway.
Nope.
Well, if you needed weapons.
Right.
Why did it
Oh, I have a
undraw?
staff, so-
That was strange.
Not that does much.
Alright, then she will strike. Yeah, and will miss horribly. Alright. Damn, he's kind of fucked, though. It's going to take a swing at Remora, who hit him with some electricity. Will hit for 4 points of damage. He's then going to swing at the elf that did intimidate him but couldn't hit him. Damn, he is rolling. He's on fire right now. Damn, he's rolling big damage too. And then he's going to take his last swing at Braun. He's feeling pretty confident right now. Like, he is kicking everyone's ass by himself. Oh, not the nat 20. It's okay. That guy's dead. We'll go to Celine. Dion. Alright, Celine. What do you do?
I'm ready. my turn thing would stop.
You should just be able to left click it off. I might switch
Yeah, I did.
that one to a different one. I don't recall that one being as obtrusive as it is.
So the guy to my left is almost dead?
No, this
Okay.
guy is dead. I turned off the blood thing in case you guys want to
Okay.
loot bodies, but no, the skull up there means he's dead.
Oh, I see. Okay, so the guy to my right is still alive.
Correct.
Okay, I'll do electric arc as well.
All right. Who do you want to target? You have this guy here,
And
you have this guy here, and you have this guy here. Is that... What is this thing doing?
see, can I do?
Can you do...
Is that possible?
I didn't hear what you said. You said, can I do? And that was...
Oh. Can I do the electric arc?
Yeah, but who do you want to hit? That's what I
The
asked,
guy
and then
to
I...
my right.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to hit
The
these
guy
two?
to my right and this guy?
Yeah, that's doable.
Yes.
All right, which one do you want to hit first?
The guy next to me.
Okay, so we'll roll their saving throws in order. This is for the guy to your right. He will get a success. Will still take half damage. And the guy below will get a critical fail and take double damage. So roll me damage.
Oh wow, critical failures to double.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, so the guy
I
up
like
there
that.
takes half. He still died. I'm pretty sure the other guy is definitely dead.
Oh,
Sounds
nice.
like it.
And he dies. You still have one action
Yeah.
left. What do you want to do? Spellcasters are marauding right now, rampaging across the foyer.
That is a good question.
I mean, you're currently surrounded by corpses.
Let me step out
All right.
to here.
Okay. So you're gonna
And that
move.
should be a.
You're gonna move out. That guy's dead. Cinnamon, the guy next to you is dead. The only combatant still standing is right here.
I think she will cast her shield just in case.
I mean, he's surrounded, so there's not really
Oh, I forgot
much.
about my shield.
There's not.
Oh,
Or I guess I could just stay where I am and cast.
You are a caster, yeah. You don't.
Beetle
Definitely
darts.
don't want to run in as a druid and hit something until you can shape change. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Click me some needle darts. All right, click that little top one there. You don't have any special medals.
Scroll. There we go.
And then hit that attack button. If you got him targeted, it should...
Yeah.
All right, hit that at the first one because you don't have any map. And then hit roll damage for me. It'll hit. So he
Okay.
will take some damage as you make your little squeaky attack noises. And he goes down. We'll end the encounter. Auto assign you guys some XP. And yeah, they are all dead. We are currently not in combat.
I will heal myself.
All right. You could definitely cast some heals on yourself. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm just gonna cast heal on myself as well.
All right, keep in mind, it looks like the estate is under attack. Before you guys go wasting all of your heals after one fight, you might want to consider that, you might be in for a battle of attrition, and having no heals to heal for 4 hit points might not be the
Oh.
smartest idea. Now that goes for both of you. Um, you know. So the room you're in now, the foyer there, you knew that there was a guard that was on watch. Up here. Um, there's a little guard post up there, but when you look up there, and this is his corpse here, you realize that the basically a lot of the doors here have little metal grates like portcullises that come down, and has currently sealed this door as well as the door down here and a door here.
Uh, Seeing like there's no enemies, Resi just kind of the fire seems to fade for a moment, and she kind of looks around, just like, um, and she kind of like looks behind her, it's like, oh, well, like that. That may be the dude that died. She kind of looks to Cinnamon as she comes over. I was like, and then looks over towards here. It's like, and kind of looks like she's debating knocking for a moment, then looks back.
Yeah, it's complete. Like I said,
Like,
there are metal bars that have dropped down that are basically blocking
Ow.
that door.
okay.
Like portcullises
These doors
are
are locked.
here, and here. And these aren't like cheap ones either. These are the kind that would stop like a castle siege. So these are heavy duty bars that have locked into place on those 3 doors there.
Are
Okay.
these rooms like where other people are staying?
I mean, open the door and find out.
Can before anything else, can I cast Mystic Armor?
You definitely
myself?
can if you want, yeah.
Cinnamon will
Okay,
just
I'll try
knock on this door.
Yeah.
All right, let me, we'll give you effect myth. Oh, you already put it on yourself. You're good.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yep, you have it
Yeah.
on, so you're good.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, you do know that other people were led to these rooms here.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah, Resi will be like, kind of as she comes over here, will be like, uh, we ain't getting out that way. There's some fancy metal
Oh.
bars.
Yeah.
yep.
Don't
So
go in that room.
Let's.
that room, there are a number of corpses on the ground. Kind of a bloody mess in there.
Okay, so
Um, the room that you're at,
Wow.
Resi, no bodies in. Well, actually, no. There's no bodies in that one, but there are some blood stains in several of the
Yeah.
beds. So,
Cinnamon's like, well, they're dead anyway, so she's gonna search around the bodies.
all right. So you spend
Yeah.
some time looking around the bodies, and I'm gonna pause for a second before some of you run into shit
Right.
while other people are looking in rooms because everyone is too hyped to run all over them. I should just let you guys die, but I'm too nice. So Cinnamon, you want to look around that room? Roll me a blind perception check.
Prax is kind of standing there defensively, looking around.
All right, damn, you rolled pretty well. Give me 1 second here. What room is this? All right, so there are 5 corpses in the room you are in, Cinnamon. 2 female humans, a male human, a male dwarf, and a male elf. All of them look incredibly dead, though you catch sight of something shiny on the elf's finger. It looks like a silver ring.
She just goes, ooh, shiny. And she grabs the ring.
All right, yeah. So I don't actually have. It tells me it's there, but it doesn't give me a thing. Just remember you have a ring. Like maybe write it down in a notepad. Silver ring, 15 gold is what it's worth. All right, so that will be what you are spending some time doing. And we're just going to go down the list, kind of deciding what people are doing. Um, so we'll start with Cinnamon Went. Grax, what are you doing? You're just taking up a defensive position.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. The game's paused. I was gonna get him like right there.
Okay, I
So
can
he's
move you
like,
there. Throw you over there.
yeah.
All right. So yeah,
He's
you're
kind of just looking around in the defensive position.
all right. Sounds good. All right, so that's what you're doing. Ramornia, what are you doing right now?
I was kind of just following around Resi,
Okay.
um,
So
looking around. I was trying to get Braun to my side,
okay. So we'll
but
move
he
Braun
paused.
down there. Yep. We'll unpause. No one move until except the person I'm talking to. But we're still Ramornia. What do you want to do, Ramornia?
Um, uh, if we're gonna be here a while, maybe treat wounds.
Okay.
I don't have any
That
weapons.
will take 10 minutes, provided no one comes in to bother you. But yeah, it's definitely you can start on that. You treating wounds on yourself or someone else?
Myself.
Okay, so you're treating runes, treating wounds, not runes. Rezi, what are you doing?
Rezi has is mostly like he's not looking to get deeper since I'm not heading this way yet, but she's definitely been trying to move around this area to make sure it's all clear. So she had, after checking that room, she had kind of called out, "No dead bodies, but there's blood in that room," and then she had started to move over to this door and was about to open it.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of bloodstains in those beds. But yeah, you can go in that room. That room there is currently empty, though the beds show signs that someone was sleeping in there. Give me a perception blind. You would recall that Amiri, Harim the dwarf, Lindsay, and Valerie were all assigned to that room.
So everyone that they did like. um, Resi will kind of look around, kind of notice the beds, kind of recall all that. She'll like step back out and be like, uh, you know, all the people from the feast that we were talking with, they were in there, but they're not there now. She uh, kind of frowns for a moment. I was like, well, it looks like their stuff is gone too, so not sure what's going on here.
All right. And Celine, what are you doing during all this?
All the dead bodies have been checked, right?
Don't think anyone's
I'm
checked the dead
assuming.
bodies.
Yeah, I don't. Remember,
Oh,
we do
okay.
have encumbrance, so before you start loading up your character, be sure you can actually carry, stuff.
Well, I just want to see if I can
Y-
find
Double
anything
double click on him. You can
of.
open up. You can open up his body. You don't need my permission to do it.
Oh,
Do I need to still roll for treat wounds?
You will. It takes 10 minutes though, and it's been maybe 20 seconds.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah. So
Not yet.
no, it's
okay.
gonna take a
So
little bit, and in the meantime, you know that there is a siege going on, or at least people are attacking. Um, and
so
Celine,
no information
they're dead. I
is
mean,
what I'm looking for.
oh, you were
Well,
hoping for
yeah.
notes and stuff? Nah, they're not carrying anything like that. They're carrying
Yes.
exactly
Okay.
what's on their bodies there.
So everything. Okay.
Did Resi check this room for stuff?
I don't think
Uh,
so.
no, she had called out that there was blood in that room,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, she hasn't done like any deep dives, just
Yep.
kind of
And
calling out.
yeah, we're going around in order. So Cinnamon, you can go in there when we go back around. Um,
Yeah.
I think we went
Just some
down.
silver, no,
Ariel's
no
actually going to go
explode.
put on her armor
No
because
church.
she's not a psycho. Um, not going to dive into another fight without armor on. Um,
Yeah,
Okay.
and it is probably very amusing to see Resi in her pajamas wielding the huge maul that has definitely like from where she just knocked a guy's head off is like definitely splattered with blood, and
Yeah.
she's just kind of walking around, like kind of like definitely checking the perimeter sort of thing.
Yep.
I have a question out of character.
Hmm.
So my armor, whatever it was, leather, is that not considered worn at all times?
No,
Like I
you
have to
cannot.
keep it.
You cannot sleep in it. Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
You have to remove it when you sleep. So technically, right now, it's you check it to the other worn. So you're carrying it, but you're not. Technically, it's in your room, but it's just so you can keep it on your sheet. It takes a minute to put back on. It's not heavy armor or anything, but if you
Okay.
want to spend time rearmoring, that's a choice. If you want to just go to looting the room instead, it's also a choice. And it is you are back up. We've come back around.
Oh well, I'll just check this room while I'm here.
All right. So yeah, you go into that room to kind of look around. Um, like I said, the room itself, for the most part, is empty. There are some fresh blood stains on the sheets. Um, when you think about it, you don't recall any other guests being assigned to this room. So maybe it was a guard room or something else. But whoever's bodies obviously got stabbed here in two of the beds, the bodies are no longer here.
Well, that can be problematic.
Indeed.
I'm guessing no valuables in here.
Nope.
All right, moving along.
All right, so that'll be your action. Grax. See some of your teammates putting on armor, some of your teammates going in rooms to look around. What do you
Yeah,
want to
One
do?
I'm gonna.
one
I'm
room left.
like, I'm kind of in a protective state, like, but I'll check this door here.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that room there. Bunch of corpses again. This time it's two male humans, two female dwarfs, and a male halfling. Do you want to go inside and kind of look around?
Now I go more bodies,
Okay.
and I um move towards the other door.
Okay. So you're gonna take up position by the other door. Um, keep going down the list. Ramornia, what is your? Oh, you're still in the middle of medicine. Rezi.
Resi will kind of look at the door, but also see that um, that I what was uh, Ariel is went in to put some armor on. Kind of realizes she's in her pajamas and will kind of scurry back to her room to put her armor on.
All right. So yeah, you scurry back to your room to start armoring up. Is there anything else? Like I assume Cinnamon seems like she's going room to room searching. Um,
She wants valuables.
Celine, what are you? You're just gonna be looking at bodies.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
I can grab the silver off of them,
That is true.
but okay.
All right.
So yeah, I'm doing that.
All right. So this room over here, which I assume is the one, that's the one that they probably told you that your friends were sleeping in, that are all not there. Nothing else interesting. Um, if you go to this room next, which is the only room you haven't been to, Cinnamon, give me another perception check to kind of search the room. All right. So yeah, you kind of like spend a little time in the room. It doesn't take long, probably less than a minute. Looking around the room, and you see the way the little halfling died. His arm is kind of outstretched under one of the beds. And you know, you're short anyway, so it's easy for you to see. And there is a minor healing potion in his hand that has yet to be used.
Oh, well, thank you, my dead friend. I'll take that.
Oh, yeah, so you can add a minor healing potion to your sheet. Poor little male halfling guy was like reaching for it and unfortunately got brutally slaughtered during. Ariel and Rezi will both get their armors on. Ramornia is still treating wounds. Are the rest of you guys okay with spending, like 8 or 9 minutes to let her finish that, or do you guys want to try to move on? In fact, Grax, give me a blind perception as well.
Blind.
Yep, you're kind of close enough to the door. I'm surprised no one thought to go listen at the door, but you know, um, Grax, you hear voices on the other side of that door. Um, from a little further out, they're not like immediately at the door, but they're kind of whispering. And he says, "You don't think, you don't think they killed them in there, do you? Should we go? Should we go help?" And then you hear another like more gruff voice. He says, "No, they'll be fine. Everyone's asleep anyway. It should be like shooting fish in a barrel, just stabbing them in their sleep."
I grunt a little. I back off of the door, and I get into like, uh, my claws are up, and I'm just staring at the door. Hurry up, I say. Hurry up. There's people coming, maybe.
Say something more dangerous, like be ready for your doom.
Is he saying that to you guys? That would be weird.
I thought he was speaking at the whispers on the other side of
No,
the
no,
door.
no. He was
No,
telling
no,
that to
no.
you guys. Yeah,
He's warning us.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have a choice here. Ramornia definitely still needs the better part of 5-6 minutes to finish treating her wounds. Um, and these guys don't sound like they are ready to attack yet, but you do know someone is there.
Yeah.
You can certainly try to wait this out, or you can, just go. It's kind of up to you.
I say we wait it out,
All right.
see what happens.
So what
Yeah.
I'm going to do is all of you guys roll a d12 for me. We're going to steal some Luke tech here.
Just missing Celine.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't find the dice thing.
I mean, it's at the bottom where it's always been.
Yeah, I was looking a little bit further up.
With
There
your
we
weird, with your weird dice that are impossible to translate.
And of course, I get a 1.
All right. So, you guys are trying to wait for her to finish treating wounds. And she's kind of trying to do it as quickly as she can. Give me 1 second here. And let me roll this too. All right. And actually, you Braun starts to Ramornia starts to look at the door and growl and is kind of lowering himself into a more offensive position, like he might hear something. In fact, I think he can talk anyway. Yeah, he knows the languages you know, so he speaks Common, Elven, and Fey. Um, and he'll actually tell you that he hears someone approaching the door.
Does
I'm going
Cracks
to
hear
relay
that?
that.
Now, I rolled perception for
Oh,
all of you.
okay.
The only person who heard it was Braun. But he does tell
Oh,
you
do I?
guys. Yeah, no, no, you can understand him. He's speaking Common.
Okay. Cracks is a little taken by that.
So what do you guys want to do?
Uh, Resi will kind of come over and kind of looks at that as like, and kind of starts reaching into her bag that she now has, and she's like, if you guys want, I can lay down a trap.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
I
It
move while
does.
I'm treating my wounds, or no?
You can normally.
Okay.
That's what the D12s are for, though. We are unfortunately going to go to initiative.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
I was gonna move backwards, but okay.
Yep, give me some sweet, sweet initiative rolls. And that guy opened the door, and you guys probably all catch sight of each other like, oh shit.
Are we doing public or blind?
Oh no, it's initiative. It's never blind.
Okay.
All right. I think everyone rolled. We will start. Rezi, you see this gentleman here with his teardrop tattoos, thug life tattooed across his chest, has opened the door and is currently leveraging a hand crossbow towards your friends.
Yeah. Resi is less surprised this time, so and I remember the mechanics, so she immediately flies into a rage, and so he is just already like just kind of moving up, uh, and just lets out a kind of a primal yell, and will. Oh, come on, pull up. Alright, so we'll attack.
That is going to, well, you can see it there.
ooh, nice.
He is going to be clobbered.
Ouch.
Yep. That's what barbarians do.
Yeah. So she sees him leveling the crossbow, and she just she's kind of like just queuing it up, and just like smacks him like right in the chest, um, to the point like where Grax will and probably the others nearby will just hear like this just like crack of ribs as her maul just smacks right into him, and she'll kind of call out. There's others further in, and then we'll uh, move to the next closest one,
All right.
and that's her turn.
Ramornia, you're probably still a few minutes away from the heal. You could potentially skip the combat to try to get it off, or you can lose it and try again from the start after.
Yeah, I'll probably. Can I use this round to move further into the room?
Um, I'll let you move at half your movement speed and keep treating the wound, yeah?
Okay. So she's gonna move into this room. Try and finish.
Alright, remember you can't go through walls. You're gonna have to move here,
Right.
and then... Actually, do we not have,
Oh, it's not my turn. It's saying it's not my turn.
Oh, I thought Resi
Oh,
usually ends their own turn, so I didn't do it. But there you go.
oh, sorry.
So yeah, she's gonna move into this room to finish healing, and Ron will probably just move to be at the door.
Okay. We will go to this guy. Oh, has his little knives out. His little two. He's got one. Actually, he's got one knife and a hand crossbow. Damn, I'm rolling really well for them at least. Will take 5 points of damage. And make a little ow. He will then try to slice you again. Will miss. And then he is actually going to fall back. That guy's dead as fuck. Cinnamon.
Would I've had time to get my armor? Or is that something I need to do now?
No, you would have had time. It's
Okay.
probably been like over 5 minutes at this point. Looting the rooms doesn't take that long, so I put your armor back on.
All right. I think I need to get a closer look.
Yep.
At where the dudes are.
Yep. And I think
Um,
you have 20 feet of movement per turn because you are small. I think you
how
move
many feet
you
is
you
that?
move
5,
10.
10?
Yeah, you move 10. You can move 10 more with one action if you want to move up a little bit. Though, I mean, from there, you may be able to get a spell off. I don't know. They're 35 and 40 feet away.
I probably do needle darts. I think that's like 60 feet.
Yep. So target the one you're gonna have the best time hitting is gonna be this one. That's a straight shot. So
Yeah.
give me some needle darts. And then hit that needle darts. You've done it before. Yep. That attack button. Let's make little squeaky noises. That'll hit. Roll that damage.
Phew.
And not bad. He is looking pretty torn up as the shards of metal go slashing into his chest and abdomen. He kind of staggers back, but he is still on his feet barely.
I think that's all my moves.
It is Celine.
So that's the only guy we can see, right?
From where you are, yeah, whatever your token is showing you is what you can see. Other people can obviously see more, but they're closer. You can't really use their sight for your sight, so.
So each square that fits us is 5 feet.
Yeah, I mean, if you drag your token, you should be able to see it. It measures as you go, see? And you are an elf, so you do have 30 feet of movement. He's 65 feet away from you.
I'll move there,
There you go.
and then I will do needle dots
All right, yeah.
as well.
Make sure you have him targeted. I think you do, and yeah. Link that spell in there, hit your attack roll, and let's see what happens. You guys got the needle dart crossbows. That will... I don't know why you rolled it on yourself, too. You have yourself also targeted. But that does hit his AC, so go ahead and roll damage, too.
Stop hitting yourself.
Yeah, you have yourself and him targeted, weirdly
Yeah, no
enough.
kidding. I don't know how
And
that does that.
he will go down. Just mouse over yourself again, hit T. You can turn it back off. Turn it back off the same way you turned it on. And that is your go.
There we go.
You guys are downing him. Guy up here. He was going to shoot at Rezi with his little hand crossbow. Will miss. Do hand crossbows have reload? It doesn't say he has to reload.
Good question.
I'm gonna
You have to
assume.
reload it.
Well, no, because their NPC sheets aren't the same as PC sheets.
Wow.
They don't play by the same rules that you guys do. The fact that
Yeah,
it doesn't say and he doesn't have a reload action means I think he doesn't have to reload.
yeah, hand crossbows are light, very light. So
Yeah, I think he can just kind of shoot that. Because yeah, their sheets are slightly different than yours. They don't necessarily use the same stuff you do. Because they also don't have the same feats and stuff you guys do. He's going to take 2 shots. And then he's actually going to move up here. This guy here will move down onto the bridge. And will also take some shots with his little hand crossbow. These guys are like mini witch hunters. They got the hand crossbow. Well, they got a knife instead of a rapier, but close enough.
Yeah.
They're not rolling damage for shit though, dude. Multiple ones.
Right.
It's like little bee stings. Mr. Mitten says he thinks it does still require a 1-action reload. It's weird though, because usually on NPC sheets, they specifically have the actions on their sheets for stuff like that.
Weird.
Yeah, because there are other enemies I've seen that they have it. We'll actually say he'll just shoot once. Because yeah, it does seem weird that they don't necessarily have a reload, so we'll play it that they do. He's gonna reload his crossbow from there. We'll let the first guy get away with it, but the second guy will make respect the reload. And we'll go to Grex. All
I
right.
go up to the guy on the bridge. I'm I am going to use my dragon stance,
Okay, I'm gonna go into a dragon stance. We'll apply that to you.
and I am going to use the dragon tail attack.
Okay.
So, like, I um, I go for like a round kick, but instead of my legs, my tail whips around and
Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. Roll me some damage as you give this guy the dragon lizard tail whap.
it says my okay, there it is.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
nice.
Max damage. And he will drop. Oh,
Nice.
all right. That is your 3. Damn, you guys are kind of ripping these dudes up.
Not a bad thing
No, I mean
for our
it's
first battle.
you know she's actually got kind of crazy move. That's 15, 35. She can actually get all the way there in one move. Fucking elves. And they're fucking 40 feet
Right.
of movement with nimble elf plus panache.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh shit. That guy's so fucking dead, dude.
Oh,
He's also getting the fucking confident finisher. I'm pretty sure he's destroyed hard. Yep. That guy's beyond dead. And she used, what, 2 actions? Bruh, who's left? Just that poor dude up there. Alright. Have her do an intimidation against that guy. Hopefully help someone else. Nope, she's gonna fail that. It's fine. That guy's dead. Alright, Rezi. This is what you've been training for.
Yep.
To murder helpless henchmen.
Yep,
She has
she's-
fabulous hair.
right.
Her hair was
And, yeah.
perfect.
No, she really does.
I know.
It was.
She's letting out another war cry, and then
Aw. So close, though.
I think I supplied half the tokens to you guys in this group.
You did.
I have so much shit saved
What do
on
you want?
Pinterest
Realism.
that I'm never gonna use. That it was like, you want a goblin? Say no more. I got you. You need an elf
Might as well
sorcerer?
give it
I
away,
got
right?
you. No, I
Yeah.
realistically, I'm
Here,
never gonna
play
use half of
that. Yeah.
these. Yeah, go ahead. Roll some damage. That'll hit. Poor guy. I think he. I mean, you do a ton of damage as a barbarian. No, he's dead as fuck, dude, for sure. And the last one goes down.
Squelch.
I mean, you heard him scream. I like that mod. I really do.
It wasn't even needed.
Um, so yeah, you guys take down the next group. Um, Ramornia, go ahead and hit that treat wounds for me finally, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right, let's take all their money.
Yeah. See if they have any notes, which they probably don't.
So yeah, the room you're in now, it's actually pretty nice, and you guys probably noticed it
Oh,
when you
not
first
for
came through. This is a large indoor garden that kind of resembles like a little mini tropical paradise. Lush plants and flowering vines hang from the walls, and there's this little slow moving stream that kind of cuts through the middle. Um, there's a bunch of planters filled with different, colorful flowers and other things that are kind of along the side of the stream. And then the two little bridges, and then there is a life sized marble statue depicting an armored half elf woman holding a rose and shield right here. The room itself, too, also has a nice kind of. It has like a magic ceiling that's showing like the night sky and everything else, though you're obviously still inside.
Nice.
Thank you.
What's
It
up?
won't let me roll. It's saying that I cannot. I'm not trained in medicine, but I bought a.
No, no, you actually can't use the healer's kit if you aren't trained in medicine. Treat
Ah,
wounds is a trained action.
it's okay. That's not what it says.
At least
Says
I'm.
you're wearing or holding. It says you're wearing or holding a healer's kit. The only thing is, it's not in my bag anymore, and I know I've bought one.
Give me one
Only
second.
for.
I'm pretty sure it's a trained action. I don't even think you're allowed to do the roll if you're not trained. There's a lot of actions like that.
Oh well.
Like for example, some other ones. Oh gosh, if you go to Path Builder, it actually has a list. Since I can't think of any offhand, give me one sec here. I'll give you some examples.
Okay. Then they probably should word that differently because it says you're wearing or holding a healer's kit.
Oh, I know, but a lot of things require you to be trained. Having the item doesn't necessarily. Though in this case, you might be right. You might be able to do it anyway. I'm actually checking here. If you succeed, it's actually a really good question. Yeah, see, it's a trained action. It's not something you can use untrained.
And I wasted 10 minutes.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. You know what it is? Why you don't have a healer's kit? I saw you weren't trained in medicine earlier, and I refunded you the money for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I probably
Originally,
should.
I was trained in medicine, and then we made those changes.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, I will say, you can potentially move one of your other proficiencies that aren't hard locked in over to it. If you want to say drop, um, like honestly, athletics is good, but if you wanted to drop that for medicine, that would be a pretty solid swap. Or society.
Um, I guess I could real quick.
I mean, having medicine's pretty useful.
Yeah, and that's where I originally had it.
Yeah, so just untrain one thing. I think the only one you're stuck with is nature, because that came with your Eidolon pick.
Society came with mine,
Oh, did it?
so I'd have to take off athletics.
Okay. Um, I mean, you know what? People can always lower a rope to pull you up walls. So,
So what's gonna have to happen?
yep. So I'll take the 5 gold back off. We'll give you some more healer tools, and then you'll be able to roll that just fine. And we'll give you the toolkit there. All right, try it now. It should work. You know, I think I actually posted a cool thing in the one of the resource channels. I think that has them all listed. What's trained. I don't know.
Failed anyway.
Damn. That's rough though. Spend 10 minutes and yeah. Um. So yeah, unfortunately, I mean, you're not actually hurt that bad. You're kind of just trying to, maximize your health. Um. And you hear your friends out there fighting. Um. I assume you're gonna go out to join them in the little garden.
Cinnamon's curious if there
Yeah.
was anything on the statue.
Give me, if you guys kind of want to look around this room, give me some, let me check here. Give me some perceptions.
Blinder.
It's always blind for perception. In fact, I can just throw that there for you guys right there, and you can just click that. That should auto do it blind too if you click my little link there.
Oh,
Yeah. And you've also got the, you can't try to battle medicine yourself again for an hour, I think. I believe it is. So yeah, you guys spend a bit of time kind of looking at the statue, and you do find a small compartment in the statue. And I think actually quite a few of you guys hit it. Um, yeah, Cinnamon specifically asked about it, so. But yeah, all of you guys kind of see it shortly after. But I'm gonna throw this out here for you. Right, yeah,
Oh,
50 minutes.
Crax wasn't really looking at the statue. He was just looking around.
Gotcha.
Um,
So yeah, Cinnamon, you will find a small compartment, and it'll be right here. You can go rummage in that. That's the compartment. You'll see there's stuff in there.
Ooh, guys, I found stuff.
Rezzy's starting to kind of doing what the others did before, kind of leafing through these bodies and not finding too much that would be useful other than the coin. She would starts going around collecting those. So it's like what kind of stuff?
Like healing potion, bark skin potion, potion of fire resistance, and a small bronze key. I'm not sure where this key goes.
Well, probably still a good idea to grab it.
yeah.
Dang, you guys are robbing Lady Jamandi in her own house.
Cinnamon.
She totally did. So,
Lady Jamandi is dead to bandits you guys are killing as a sword lord and the most powerful warrior in the entire city. That's the biggest stretch I think I've heard. But
So anybody want a healing potion?
like, there's rumors that lady fought a dragon by herself.
ow. So why aren't all these guys dead then?
It's a big house. Can't be everywhere at once.
This is true.
I mean, she probably won't mind if you borrow a few things, though. You are helping.
Oh, yeah.
Brax, do you want the bark skin? Or is your skin already tough?
Brax.
Rex,
I think he might have fallen off.
I'll be back.
Oh, I'm here.
Cinnamon was offering you a bark skin potion. If you're interested.
No thanks. But you look hurt.
Grax believes in the purity of unarmed combat.
Um, Grax will take out his healing kit
Uh-oh, we're gonna
and
spend 10 more minutes.
nope.
I mean, I have a potion. I have a few potions actually. I could probably consume.
Save it. I use my battle medicine
Okay.
and I treat her wounds.
Instantly. I like that. That is smart. That is the advantage of battle medicine.
Um,
I'll allow it. I'm not even sure if you can use it. Doesn't have a. Nah, I think it's fine. It's just a quick heal.
Oh,
She'll be immune for a day, but yeah, just click your little trip wounds thing there. We'll slap an immunity on her for later.
oh,
Oh yeah, it's in the little tooltip. If you hit that, it should
Yeah,
do the
yeah, yeah.
roll. It should do the roll for you. And let's get some big money here, or let's get little money. Every time I say big money, I feel like it's cursed.
what? Uh,
Is it not working for you?
yeah, just
Oh, there it went. Oh no!
yeah.
Did you use your hero point yet or no?
Oh no, I didn't. I'll use my hero point.
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll it again.
Reroll.
Let's get some actual big money here. Small money didn't work. We want big money this time. There was. Oh shit! it was both big and small money. Hey, you know what? She's back up into the green life bar now. Now you get back 2 hit points as he comes through. Slaps a band-aid on you.
Oh, thank you.
He grunts and nods.
All right. So while that's happening, what are the rest of you guys doing? Resi, what are you up to right now? Looting silvers?
Reggie's just, yeah, she's just kind of been moving through, like, kind of like the others were doing back in the other room.
Okay.
And she just kind of finishes up with the last one over here, and she's like, oh, these guys didn't have anything interesting other than some extra coin. We can split that out later.
All
She
right.
she kind of pauses, like, did anyone loot the coin from the guys back in the other room?
I think someone did.
I thought, wasn't it Celine looking at pockets?
Yeah, I was, but I didn't take anything yet.
Okay. Then I'll put myself back there and grab it, and then we can put in Celine's thing for later.
All right. So you guys beat these guys down. What do you guys want to do in this room? Do you just want to? Is this your room now? You're just gonna live here? Who needs a kingdom?
Yeah.
You can just.
I mean, this is a nice room.
Who needs a
It
kingdom
is.
when you can just stay in this little this little water garden she has made?
Okay. So now that those are all grabbed, yeah, she'll.
With blood flowing in the water.
Yeah. Resi will kind of point out the door over here. I was like, someone want to listen at the door?
Dang, you guys are learning. You guys are like velociraptors in
Okay,
Jurassic
okay.
Park. Yeah, both of you guys can listen. You're small, Cinnamon. You could probably like land on Grax's shoulder, and you both lean in comically to listen at the door.
With my ear cupped against the door.
All right, yeah, give me some blind perceptions. Oh, that should have
From
fallen.
everybody or just
No, just people who are listening. You have to if you want to do something, you have to tell me you're doing something. Otherwise, I'm gonna assume you're just
okay.
standing. I'm trying to encourage everyone to talk.
Keeping
So
watch.
I gotta tell you gotta tell me to do things.
Yes.
All right, so you both listen at the door, and you do hear something. You hear a kind of loud, gruff voice calling out, and he says, "Where are you, little halfling? I can't see you no more. I smash your eyes good when I find you."
Grax is on all fours while Cinnamon is on his back listening at the door.
Whoa. Oh, wait. Does anybody know that dude?
You don't recognize that voice, but you do know a halfling that you met earlier.
Well, isn't he already dead?
No, the bard.
Oh.
Yeah, the bard is a halfling. Why would you go to the guy who is a faceless NPC? I said it's someone you knew. I mean, it could be your bard
Uh,
friend and they're in trouble.
yeah.
I say we go in.
Sounds like a plan.
After you.
Where's the? Oh, there's the door.
Also, Cinnamon, you are now encumbered because you apparently looted way too much shit. Just so you know.
Oh, I did offer to give people stuff, but nobody said anything.
What did
Who can
Cinnamon?
carry a
Yeah,
lot?
I can carry it.
she's
I can carry.
way over encumbered. Like she's almost to her max bulk.
I've got potions and
Oh, okay. Yeah, Resi will take it.
I'll actually
uh,
have Ariel take one minor from you.
okay.
And she'll just drink it immediately. Since yeah, you
Um,
do have some potions.
can I like transfer stuff to people?
Oh,
Or
wow,
no?
and she rolled a fucking fat one.
Oh, nice.
You can. So what you want to do is this is one of the few times where it's good to use the little party loot sheet. If you push P, it'll open up the party sheet. Anything you don't want to carry, just throw in there for now, Cinnamon. Other people do need to take it out before you guys move on, since we are
Yeah,
tracking weight. But like, if you need to shed some weight, that would be the place to throw some of the stuff. Because yeah, you are a sprite. You have a -1 to strength. You do not carry that much stuff. Um, yeah, now you're good. You're back down to
There's a barkskin potion and a potion of fire resistance.
Yep, and you guys have some people with strength that can definitely carry stuff. They can always like hand it
yeah,
back out later. So
Yeah, yeah.
Do I put the
yeah.
key in there too, or do I just hold on to that?
you can just hold on to the key. The key, I don't think the key even has like a weight assigned to it. Or if it does, yeah, it's a light item. It's not really doing much, so you're fine now.
Is this
Yeah.
door locked?
Um, I mean, you wanna open the? Do you want to try to open it? You can try to open it.
Yeah.
You tell me if it's locked.
It is locked.
It's not locked. You should just be able to left click open it.
It
Do it
says it's
very
locked.
slowly.
Oh. There.
And the sight that greets you in the next room is rather grisly. The bloodied corpse of 6 different guards and 3 people wearing black cloaks similar to the guys you fought are kind of just littering the floor. It looks like they had a fairly intense battle in here that left, 6 guards and 3 of them dead in this hallway. A number of other doors in that room to the north and south. The sound definitely sounded like it came from up here, though, if you're curious.
Okay.
Now, if you guys want to strategize, group up maybe before we charge in, might be good.
I go into the room and I gesture to the door.
Like, she'll move up a little bit to there.
Yeah, she'll move up too.
I'll move up.
Cinnamon listens to the next door again.
All right, give me another blind perception.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da.
Everyone else is prepared for battle. You hear a lot of like the sounds of stuff breaking, and the sound of something that sound. Well, I mean, everything to you is kind of large, but the sound of something larger than usual, kind of fumbling around in there.
Guys, I think there's something or someone big in there.
I look to Rezi.
Resi is like just grinning wide.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, it's like, I was like, finally a challenge.
Let's
All
go
right,
then.
go for it.
I think someone actually no, someone can technically fit here if you want to move run up a little bit. Remornia, or if you want to fill that spot there, or even down here on the other side of Ariel, for
Yeah,
some of
it
you caster
won't let
guys.
me- It
Uh,
won't let me move to that spot.
No, where do you want to be? Do you want to be down here maybe? And I'll put Braun over there.
Probably.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that square technically isn't a thing.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
That's why I was positioned the way I was.
Yeah, diagonal walls. Like I like this map, but diagonal walls sometimes cause issues.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be front of the pack as a
Okay,
caster.
so what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna move you temporarily there. We'll put Braun down there,
That would work.
and we'll get you in the doorway. Kind of, yeah,
Yeah, this is kind of.
yeah.
I
Narrow hallway. Luckily, you guys will be in the wilderness before you know it. Maybe if you don't die. All right.
Okay.
So you guys gonna breach the door? What's the plan?
Yeah.
Shouting bloodthirsty
Yeah.
cries.
Yeah, Rezzy's gonna kick open the door.
All right, you will kick open the door. I won't count it as an action. We'll just kick open the door, and you'll see what you can see. Are you ready?
Yeah, it won't let me because I'm not in the square.
All right, so we're gonna bam door,
Yeah, she
and
kinda kicked open the
you
door.
are greeted by this giant man here.
Ooh.
And when I say giant man, I mean giant man. He is fucking huge. He's like 6 old Xboxes put together.
I don't think I've seen that many muscles in my life.
Yeah, he's big. So we'll do. We are at our usual ending time, so we will pause here for tonight. And when we pick back up, we'll start with this fight
timing.
against this guy here, who's kind of flailing around with this little hook he's got. Looks like he has some wounds on his face.
Come on, we can go for another hour.
It's
No.
Conan. You can.
Yeah, I know. I know. For some of you guys, it is super late. Or I think just for
1
Celine,
a.m.
right?
For me.
Yeah, but you don't sleep. You're gonna go
Yeah.
play Final Fantasy after this anyway, Ramornia.
Damn. Called out.
I mean, I'm gonna go. I've been
Man.
modding Skyrim for the past. Like, I had an urge to play it again. Ask Lauren. I've spent the last like 4 days fucking with
Modding
mods.
Skyrim.
Yeah, like I haven't even played
my
the
God.
game. I've just been modding the
Yeah.
game.
He's been obsessed.
Oh,
I
Lord.
did
I was
Yeah.
messing with Kingmaker stuff or modding Skyrim, and that's what I've been doing. Like, I'm not playing the game. I'm still like level 2 or 3, but I think I finally
Oh
got
my
the
God.
mods where I want them. Don't judge
Where
me.
you want to.
Don't judge me. All right. But yeah, we'll
Eh,
pause.
Late judgment.
We'll pause so Celine can sleep. I know. I think she usually goes to bed earlier than this anyway, so we keep her up late.
Usually, yes.
So
Killing me.
yeah, we'll pick up next week with the fight against Gromog the Barbarian. Actually, I don't even know if he is a
Fingers
barbarian.
crossed. The dice gods are in my favor.
You know, just roll another 20d20 right now, just to kind of clear it
No,
out.
don't.
Just to kind of clear
Oh.
out your dice. You know, sometimes that's
Here
the
we
way. Let's see if you at least hit average. Oh my god.
Wow.
That's
No.
below
Wow,
average.
that's really low.
Like the average for 20d20 should be
Holy
about
smokes.
200.5, 201.
Can I do that
I-
too?
Like you were massively under what you should have averaged to. So I mean, go ahead. It's not hard. Like if you feel your dice are cursed, sometimes that's the play.
I mean, even that was cursed. A 167.
Oh,
Okay, I
wow.
did better.
You did better than me, yeah.
Yeah.
I got T20s in that.
But yeah, well
All right.
I did
Well,
get a
it
nat
was
1 though.
fun.
let's see who we can throw this raid at real quick. Who's also playing Pathfinder? There's not usually that many of us, sadly.
Raz?
Is Raz on?
I don't know. This is my
no.
suggestion.
What?
Looks like
How dare
Well,
Raz not
Raz.
be on?
yeah, it
Oh,
looks like
he
there's
said he was
Troop
starting
Troop
early,
or
I think, earlier.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Vikings of Rock.
Dang, with a name like that and the fact that that guy in the bottom is wearing a fucking wizard hat, dude. I think we gotta send it there. We're gonna send it.
All right.
Get ready to full send. Raptor faces eating Doritos.
Okay.
Until we get something cooler to send. Raptor faces. Dude, that guy's in like paint and makeup. He's got the hat and the beard. Damn, that guy's balling out. balling
That's
out.
fine. Yeah.
Right.
I'll try to find something that's similar.
Cool.
Gandalf.
We had one more bit of. Hold on. Okay. Cool. And then let me take a moment that you're doing that.
Hit him with the Doritos.
The fact that there is a Dorito mode is just funny.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Okay. Cool.
Like they're in there deep.
Anything else that you're doing?
They're in there deep. I don't even think they notice us. Spam Dorito chips.
Cool. I'm excited for the session.
They're cool.
Oh, yeah.
Are they really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we tried, boys.
Looking to play pretty soon,
We
or do
tried.
you guys think you'll be...
All right, well, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you for rating them anyway. If they're ending, it's fine. Dude, it's fucked up. I think Audacity's friend rated me one time right as we ended.
Right.
I have multiple
Like, I didn't even notice, I think, because I was given, like, the, yeah, we're about to stop, so. All right,
Right.
guys. You guys have a good night. We'll pick up here
See
next
you
week.
later.
Have a good night,
Yeah.
chat. Thank you for the advice, Mittens, in chat. You were very helpful. Yes, there was someone, Lauren, in chat named after your Raptor in the other game,
I don't know
Mittens.
what the
And he was giving good advice, so.
and how, like, we might be off
Nice.
the ship after
All right, good night.
bomb on the
Skyrim calls. Mods beckon.
army and
Have a
Bye.
good night.